I'm finding out that nobody else can hear the music, and I'm over here jamming alone. That's too damn bad. I got music on my side, but now because I took the mute button off, I know I lost the music. Guys, I'm grilling here. It's a beautiful California day. I ain't gonna talk to myself all night, so I'm gonna keep grilling until somebody comes in here that's down to chat. But until then, I don't even know how to play music for y'all because I'm outside. Oh shit, Tevi, Tevi, I can't play no music for you, man. I'm by the grill.
Well, I can finally hear you. I couldn't hear you a second ago. What's up, man?
No,
How's everyone doing?
nobody was talking, dude. I was just playing the standard Twitter music.
That yeah, that was not playing. It was I came in and I thought I was the only one rugged, so I dropped a few times. Came back in. I'm like, I can't hear a thing, so I don't know.
Dude, I've actually heard that before, that the music, nobody else can hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on spaces where yeah, the music is playing, but or even like ones that you've had where the music was going, but yeah, this was not it. It's like, yeah, it was that silence in here.
Did it make everybody feel awkward?
Oh, for
Were,
sure. Well, I was
were
more
you
like I
were
was
you
more
feeling
wondering
weird?
if I was rugged or not. That's why I was like, maybe I need to
I can't
ask.
I can't tell you how many times me and Seed have just sat in here in awkward silence for a good amount of minutes because he's usually the first one in. So we'll just sit in here throwing emojis at each other in silence
Okay,
because
so
I
that was
doubt
on
he can.
purpose. Yeah, that's what I walked into. I'm like, I do not know what's going on. I'm like, okay, maybe they're just doing. I waited like a good minute, right? To because I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're just waiting
No,
for
no, no, no.
to get.
Neither of us can hear. We just throwing emojis back and forth at each other. No, no, don't be mistaken. We're not. We're having our own conversation with emojis. That's what we're doing.
Well,
Yo,
now I know. Next time, I won't. I
lem-
won't feel awkward.
where's Jack at? I'm gonna show him how to grill real quick because this chicken.
Ooh, I feel like y'all need a cook off.
No, 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 no. Let's not make it official or anything.
No, we need to.
I mean, talk a little shit while he's not, while he's not grilling while I am. But as soon as he gets fired up, I might have to bow out. I heard he can grill.
The man can grill. I'm pretty sure he's actually sponsored.
Have you guys live in your state?
I have we what?
Have you met?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We met. Yeah, we absolutely met.
Did you guys did you guys do a Minnesota meetup or what?
No, it was literally just him and I and Jem getting together. I didn't get to meet Kaiba that night, but I met those two, and it was a vibe. I actually didn't realize he was from Minnesota until man, one day I was pulling into work. I think they were coming back from vacation. He was hosting one of the conspiracy spaces, and he said something about, man, yeah, just back in the frozen tundra or something like that. I'm like, where are you from? Where are you from? And he's like, oh yeah, Minnesota, blah blah blah. I'm like, holy snap. I'm like, I'm in Minnesota. I'm like, yeah, we should hang out. But then I had to go to Texas or something. I had to go on vacation yeah, I think I went to Texas for Thanksgiving or something along those lines. And then when I came back is when we connected. Um, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, so that was actually my first IRL connection with anybody, right? But besides my friend that MN Duck Fever, who I've known for years, um, prior to clones, even, right? But that was the first. Jack is the first person I've met from the clone community, and that was super dope. Jack and Jem. So mad respect for those two.
No, yeah, that's dope. There's at least five clones in the Midwest. At least five clones, is from what I've learned.
Yeah, I found out N Ban is also in the Midwest, and there's a few others. So yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually meeting a lot more people, right? Including you and a lot of people in the room right now at some point. So that will be cool.
What up, Prez? When do we get to meet Prez? I feel like Prez isn't doxxed. Like he's just incognito.
I'm just that guy. What can I say?
Yeah. You guys ever get that vibe? Like nobody knows who Prez is. You don't know where he's at. He's just always around. He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
True Web3 fashion,
True
That's
Web3 bastard.
decentralized.
that's the Web3 culture for sure. But no, I just want to come up here and shout out Ali, who came up with the big dynamic PFP campaign you guys are seeing on your timelines right now. Super hyped. Another dope animation from the man himself.
That is,
Yeah, it was fun today, man.
yeah, man.
It was
Like I'm still in awe. And oh yeah, he's here. Ali, man. Shout out to you. Much, much, much love. Definitely appreciate you including me and everybody else, man, in this campaign. I just changed my profile on OpenSea. So I'm full dynamic now. And Compound, would you'd be proud. I went to Discord, changed my profile there. I'm dynamic
Look at
there.
you go, man.
You got to thank
Look at
Ali.
you.
That's all it took. You're not going full on.
He's a Discord mongrel now.
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna hang out in Discord all day every day now, just so I can see my guy just moving around and doing his demon thing. Man, that was dope. But no, like,
I haven't changed my OpenSea yet.
you got to do it. You got to do it. Here, let me pin it to the top. It's pretty cool.
What? Oh shit. What's up, Johnny? How's it going, bro?
Dude, I'm well. Dude, it's I feel like I never catch you guys. I know you guys are killing it. I'm like an old man now. I swear. It's like I wake up super early and get to bed hella early. But yeah, I just want to shout you out for just killing it, man. I feel like it's been probably about a month and a half since I talked to you. But yeah, I see everything you guys are doing. See the community, seeing Ollie just doing his thing, and seeing the creators coming out, the communities coming together. But uh, in the wings, just in the lab, just working constantly, but that haven't been as active as I was. But I'm here every day, just watching. But I just wanted to shout you guys out.
Appreciate you, bro. No, dude, you just got a dope, insane new position. So tell us about that. How's the? It's been like your first like month and a half on the new position, dude. So it makes sense that you're focused on crushing that. How's it been?
It's been a dream come true and like overwhelming at the exact same time. It's like being able to like create everything that you've ever dreamt of, and knowing that it'll be available to everyone at like a retail price, at extremely high quality, like I've always focused on, and then focusing like just on it's really like global takeover in a way where it's like anything and everything that you could possibly imagine within sneakers and fashion and physical locations and digital landscape and like all this stuff. It's like being incorporated into a company and individuals like not working on like on a grand scale, and all I have to focus on is designing and creating dope shit like every single day, from the second I wake up to the second I go to bed. It's insane, but it's like almost like coming in and taking over three different companies. It's when they say companies work, a year and a half, 2 years ahead of time, they mean it. And so it's basically like you can imagine the amount of work I'm doing to basically catch up. It's almost like when you think about like what Jerry Lorenzo did when he got acquired by Adidas 3.5 years ago, and no one's heard from him. Uh, he's been doing his Fear of God stuff, but no one's seen anything come out of Adidas yet. I'm trying to do that, but trying to have stuff released before the end of this year. Um, and we're working on a bunch of stuff for the New York store, which is super exciting. We close on a New York store that's going to be on Broadway, right next to Kith, which is going to be it's one of the highest foot traffic streets in New York City, which is crazy because we're on South Beach and the second store is in New York. Doing special drops for that, clothing, shoes, doing a special Nike/Jordan drop for the store. Yeah, it's just been overwhelming, but like I said, just a dream come true.
That's dope, bro. They threw you straight into the fire, huh? Did they at least give you some team, like a team to assist and onboard, or like make the transition smooth, or you just drinking straight from a fire hose? Like, here's
So
three
it's so
companies
funny
to
because
run.
like this whole partnership has been in the works for almost 3.5 years, but we finally made it like on paper, like on May 1st, and so we've had like a very distinct plan. But what I love about like the whole situation is they know exactly. We basically read each other's brains, and so it's like the guy Yaniv or Yankee Kicks, the guy who like owns the companies. me and him basically are one brain. So like he has the idea, and then I can basically create it digitally, and then we take it to the factory and make it physically. And so it's just like a perfect marriage in a way. So it's we both know exactly where we want to go and where we need to go and exactly how to get there. So it's just day after day after day, and like yeah, it is 10 to 12 hours a day designing, and then being on Zoom calls, back and forth, design sessions, concept sessions. It's been insane, but we're working again like with Nikes and Jordans, and then we're working with our own stuff and working with 3D printing, working with clothing, working with like opening new stores, expanding into global territory. So we're going to be going international next year, I think, which is it's just crazy to think about. But it was definitely like thrown into the fire, like go. And I've been on a sprint for the last 6 weeks straight. So I haven't been as active again, like on Twitter and being in the spaces. I feel like I'm in bed by like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock every single night. So it's like, it sucks that every single time I try to be in here, I feel like I can last for like 10, 15 minutes. And I'm like, I feel like I pass out with you guys on my phone like half the time. But yeah, just love what you guys are doing and the consistency.
Appreciate you, bro. I've learned that there's a lot of people who know about Bad Take, the Bad Take community, clones, just all of us in general, who just don't eat. They just don't do spaces. They don't even come in, but they're super supportive outside, and I think that's cool. Like it doesn't. Not everybody has to come to spaces. Every night at spaces, what we do at 6 is more so an avenue for clones or people to come in and just chat and kind of talk about the day, talk about the current events. It's not like the end all be all of like the community, right? It's just a resource, right? Because before we had spaces every night, we had nowhere, like when we were frustrated or we didn't know what was going on or whatever in this space, the space is getting crazy. We had nowhere to outlet that. We had nowhere to chat about it. And it eventually would hit the timeline, or you would see frustration in the group chats or just wherever the Discord. So all spaces is a resource, bro, for us to connect, to chat about projects, to get creative, like share ideas, learn from each other. That's all it is, you know. It's not the end all be all. We love you we love you if you come to spaces or not, man. It's not a requirement at all.
Well, I
I
love
got
that you guys record it too. So it's like, I mean, I feel like half the time, like during the day too, it's like when I'm like designing or editing or something like that, I can just put it on and like rewatch or like re-listen or something like that, and then hear from the community members. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, were you on, Compounded Dre Space last night or Bad Take? It's like, no, no, no. But oh, like this went down. It's like you might want to listen, and then I go back and listen. So it's cool. I mean, you guys have really formed like a show, but you formed like a community, and where like not only clones, but I feel like a lot of the communities within this space like can harbor and like come and like have open conversations and feel like welcomed in, which is really dope. I think that was a point of what you guys were doing at the beginning. It's like, yes, you're here for clones, but you're also here for everybody else. To like, this is a massive community, right? We have to like all kind of support each other. So I mean, I love what you guys have been doing, and it was needed. I feel like it was definitely needed, and the consistency I think is definitely needed, because I feel like a lot of people do things, but the consistency and just holding it up, I think that's where it gets lost in a lot of way, because people look for consistency, and it's very hard to find, and so to every day be able to like go on at a specific time and just know you're going to be there is nice.
Consistency is key, man. That's why I always try to start at 6:02 p.m. because I'm always 2 minutes late. And then I'll sit in here by myself for about 5 minutes. It's just me and Seed. For some reason, the Twitter algo takes about 5 minutes for anybody else to see it. It's just me and Seed in here, just throwing emojis. Tevi come in today. He was all confused while we were just throwing emojis back and forth. He left like 4 times. That's consistency right there, Tevi.
I,
Emojis for the
I
win.
do what I can. I do what I can. Nah, I appreciate it. I think everything that Johnny said is on point. But yeah, I guess I've never been in like right at the start, so now I know.
I try to see. Sometimes I just never know how long I'll sit up here in silence, because I don't talk unless somebody comes up. I'm not very good at talking to myself. Some hosts can really just sit there and have a conversation with themselves, but I'll just sit up here quiet, and then people in the group chat will be like, "I can't hear nothing. There's no sound." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just sitting up here by myself playing music." Like, "I can't hear the music," and I'm like, "Oh shit." So it legit is just silent. What's up, Dre, Millie?
Taking care of kids on vacation, man.
No, that sounds fun. It's
It's a,
have you melted in Arizona yet?
a couple times, but then I reshape myself when I jump in the AC. I'm like Frosty the Snowman. But it's
You met up with Repsy yet?
no, not yet. I'm going to link. I don't know. I don't know what the wife got planned tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow on Sunday for him. Just got back from a trampoline park, and my son jumping into a pit of balls, those filthy balls. So now we're dealing with showers and poop and all
Dude.
that stuff.
Yo, those ball pits are disgusting, bro. Oh my gosh. I was a kid and I used to like run around in them, but it wasn't until I was an adult to realize like how disgusting that concept actually is, man. Oh,
No, they're absolutely disgusting. I know. You smell good now, bro. Yeah. You want me to? Yeah, let me smell my armpits. Let me smell it. Oh, that's good, bro. Good job. I got the rice. Good job. See, this is what I'm dealing with.
what's up, Anya?
Oh man, that's like exactly what's happening in my house right now.
You guys
It's
just
just
a ball pit?
it's just yeah, similar. I mean, it's it's the summer, so they go outside and they come back in, and they all smell like the outdoors and anything else that they've gotten into. So I don't, have you ever noticed that like some people don't have the ability to smell like people when they go outside? You get like this almost like metally smell. Does anybody have that where you can like smell that person? They smell like the outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some people don't. Some people can't smell that. I thought that was really interesting. That's something I learned recently. I was like, oh, you smell like like somebody I don't know maybe said it's like you smell sweaty, like you were just outside. But I guess it's more similar to like a metal smell. So, anyways, yeah, random fact.
Those are also the people who don't have the voices in their head, right? Like they don't hear anything going on at all.
Yeah,
No.
that's right. They have no conscience. It's speaking inside of them. They're the ones that are walking around their houses mumbling to themselves because that's the only way that they can negotiate within themselves.
That's a fact. What about the?
Wait. I have a question. Okay, so the voice in your head, is it your
Mm-mm.
own voice that you're hearing, or is it like, or is it because I hear my own voice and I talk to myself, but it's literally my voice. Are you saying like you can hear a different voice in your head?
No, it's me talking to me instead of my head. But another
Uh,
fun fact about that is I don't s- I don't sound how I sound outside of me talking to me inside my head. I sound different when I hear myself speak outside.
that sounds like that's not your voice then, Dre.
No, it's my voice. It just in my head it's a different octave, right? But
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
outside, like when I hear myself speaking on like when I record my voice, I'm like, damn, I sound good. But when I hear myself in my head, it's like a different. And I don't know. I think a lot of people deal with that. They say it's a term for that, but and it's not schizophrenia. So we're talking about two totally different things. Just to clarify.
I am blessed with not having a voice inside of my head, and so I'm definitely one of those weirdos who has to like mumble to myself when I walk around the house because I don't have the ability to like negotiate inside of my head, talk to myself in my head. I can't do that. So yeah, I'm one of those weirdos.
So what do you hear in your head when you're not speaking out loud?
It's just like thoughts. It's more like it's like if I'm reading a paper, right? Like it's more visual than it is like sound. Does that make sense?
Absolutely not.
Huh. Yeah, that's very confusing.
So you it's like you playing Pictionary all the time in your head.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's like yeah, it's like an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh my god.
So wait, you really can't hear your voice in your head?
Yeah, I really don't. I don't have a voice inside my head. Some people don't, and some people do. And
Really?
that's why like when some shows, and like when you're a kid and they have like the voices that are, speaking to them and I thought that was like a show thing. I thought that was just like we grew up watching shows that have like, they have to have their internal monologue and it was like, oh, that's really cool. I wish I could talk to myself in my own head. And then growing up and realizing that people actually do have that and I'm like, what? I was gypped.
Yeah, that's wild. It's like the Wonder Years. You know what I mean? Like the narrator in the Wonder Years. That's what I don't say that's what mine sound like, but that's what the experience is like. If you know what that's about.
I'm gonna have to ask my kids now and my wife. Actually, I'm just gonna start asking people around. Like, yeah, do you? Because I honestly did not think there was. I mean, I figure it's like quiet thoughts. Like you sit here and you think in your head and you can have a conversation, or at least like think through things and then hear your voice. But I didn't think that was possible to not have that. That's very interesting.
It is. It is. I wouldn't suggest you going around asking random strangers if they hear the voices
Oh
in
no,
their
I'm gonna
head.
ask people I know. It's like yeah, that might be odd.
They'll put a target on your back real quick. But no, I think and you know what's different though? At night or different times throughout the day, the voice heightens and becomes more clear, and the thoughts become easier to digest and flow. Like when it's late at night, I definitely hear that voice. It's a lot more clairvoyant than it is in the daytime. And I'll come up with like crazy dope ideas after a certain period at nighttime. It's kind of wild, but
I guess the only thing I would add to that is like depending on what's going on, like the voice in my head can is either in French or English, and like I don't control it. Like it's one or the other. But either one's fine until I actually
oh,
pay attention. I'm like, oh, I guess I was thinking. But yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah, that's how my husband's voice is too. He gets Hungarian and English are the two that he goes between. So I think that's really fascinating.
that is. Do you dream in French?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's dope.
I never even thought about that, man. Oh, that's mind blowing.
That's super dope.
Especially if you have two language.
Like I said, I'm actually really surprised right now that people can not have a voice and just like it's just images and stuff. So that's fascinating. I
Yeah,
learned something new. Thanks,
that
Ivan.
that imagery stuff is mad wild. I've never heard of that. But like, what about like music? I hear like background music. Like right now, it's kind of what I'm talking about. This the song playing in my head is. I'm not even gonna tell y'all guys because it'll go left. But yeah, I always hear music playing
No,
in
no,
my.
no.
Nah, you gotta say it now.
You
You
probably,
gotta say
you,
it.
No,
yeah, I
no, no.
probably wouldn't even know if I told y'all. That's why I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Just say it. We got Google.
Oh,
Uh,
he said we don't know.
you probably want it. It's like a song from 1998, like a dance song. I don't know the name of it.
Nah, you know the name of it.
I don't.
You
Let me look
you,
for
you know the name of it.
it. I don't, but I always got it's all right. So Stardust is the artist. This is man. Wow, I can't believe I'm talking about. But I don't know. I don't know the name. It's like music sounds better with you. But it's like an old dance track. But my point is, I always have music in the background in my mind, like like background music. Like no matter what I'm doing, it's always music playing.
Dre's told me this before, and I just didn't know. I mean, I was kind of blown
It's
away.
real
I guess people. I guess people have background music.
all the time.
I got birds in the background right now.
I don't really have background noises that or background music. It's more like if I hear a word or something, like if somebody's yelling to the house like come back, and like immediately it's like baby come back, it just comes to me. It's like that, that's how it hits me.
Now the same thing happens to me too. This is what we were talking about with Franco when he was having his call. It's the same thing, but it'll play over and over and over and over to the point where I'll say it out loud over and over and over, and my wife would be like, "Yo, bro, you gotta shut the hell up." And I'm like, "Damn, my bad." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the music thing for me, it's more like somebody will say something, like they'll, I'll be having a conversation, they'll say a word, and it will trigger a song in my head, and then that song just starts playing, and then I'm like, eventually I'm like, and the thing is that it's random songs, right? So sometimes I know what song it is and I remember the title, and sometimes I don't. Like the latest one, I had to actually hum it to Google to get the actual name of the song, which was funny. But yeah, but yeah, I don't have a soundtrack that plays in my head all the time like Dre. But depending on what you're saying, what word you use, it might trigger a song, like a memory of a song, and then yeah, then it's stuck in my head forever until I actually play it, right? Like I'll have to go find it and play it, and then I'm okay. And it's like it's a weird thing.
Do you guys have the attention span to read books like on paper, or you listen to books,
I like
or do you prefer watching a
I
movie?
like doing both. I like doing all of the above. Sometimes I like reading the book while I'm listening to the book. Sometimes I just like listening to the book. Like if I'm driving and stuff, I like listening to books because you know how we used to go on FTXs and like 15Ks and everybody would hate it and then they'd be like, man, this shit sucks. I can't believe it. And people just going through agony. I would just let my mind go and I would be listening listening to music or having these thoughts, or I just put it myself into like a meditative state and just flow. And I have all these creative thoughts. It's almost entertaining, like enjoyable to deal with it. And then I wouldn't pop out of it until they yelled at us to get into a specific formation. Like, prone on the ground, and you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But no, this is the song that's playing in my head. That same beat over and over and over and over again.
Does it drive you crazy at any point?
Nah, I enjoy it. For real. I like it. It gives life like some bounce. You know what I'm saying? Some entertainment. And then out of nowhere, I'll bust out and sing like a verse or a hook real quick. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of reminds me of the song from like Coachella 2019 when I was like walking in, and you always remember that first song that you hear as you're walking into these giant festivals. Like something like that was playing. I can't remember the actual song. I'd have to find it, but it was a vibe, bro. Like it made that day so special when you walk into something like that. Coachella has all kinds of music.
I mean, but that's the thing with music, period, man. It always makes every situation better. Well, almost every situation better. It gives it like I can remember hearing specific songs, and that's how I mark off the chapters of my life. Like, oh, I remember this, like Jay-Z's Black Album. I remember getting it from Circuit City, and I'm really dating myself now, but getting it from Circuit City, putting it in my car, sitting in the parking lot and just listening to it and going through the entire album before driving off because I just wanted to engulf myself in the music. So every time I hear Jay-Z's The Black Album, that's where I go back to, is that parking lot of Circuit City, listening to that. I mean, I can remember everything I had on, you know what I mean? But it kind of sets those bookmarks for me in life when I'm listening to music.
They say smell induces like memories of time more than anything, but for me it's music, bro. Like I associate music to specific points in my life just like that, exactly like that. It's like it like induces the most memories for me. What's crazy, bro, is I used to be a floor manager at Circuit City, so that's you know what I'm saying.
I bet you were, huh, Bob?
Yeah, I went from Circuit City and then I got a job. Then I got a job at Twitter. So.
I bet you did, bro. You're funny, man.
Yo, call Circuit City, double check my resume. Anybody?
Check the timeline, baby. It's all there.
Yeah, call Circuit City HR. Let me know what they say.
It's funny. Yeah, I used to own a couple myself, man. You know, right? It's funny. It's funny you should say that, huh?
Fuck working at Circuit City. We owned them. We owned a few. It wasn't our fault they went under.
Man, that's funny.
Uh,
So, let me ask you all this: all the people going to Vegas, where the hell are you staying? Because I waited until the last week to find lodging, and here we are today with nowhere to stay. So, what do you guys got?
I've waited till the last week too, so
Ah, my guy. See,
I'll either probably stay at my buddy has a spare bedroom. I'll probably stay in, I should probably hit him up and not just throw it on the
You
internet.
probably should. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
I said, hey man,
You got a week.
hey man, you know how I always just show up in Vegas and come to your house? Like that's gonna happen again.
Do we have any gambler homies in here who get rooms for free?
Yeah, Baron, where's Baron at, bro?
Yeah, maybe
I
Baron.
feel like Baron's got those kind of connections.
That's a fact. Let me put the best in
I think
here.
Anya's staying at the MGM. Ilan is at Aria. That's all I know for now. Those are the only two. Are they all sold out or what? Is it a big weekend?
I mean, I think they know that people are coming for something because the prices are jacked up, like $400 a night.
What else is going on this weekend? Can't be all Azuki MFers.
Azuki bringing the heat, baby.
There's not enough people left in Web3, bro. I mean, all of Web3's going, but it's like that's like maybe 1,000 people. That's all that's left in this space.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Bro, I just cooked up some carne asada, pollo asada.
Yeah, I haven't had any of that.
Okay,
You talking to the wrong one, baby. You know what I mean?
I know.
No idea.
Every time I say anything about meat, I go, shit. My bad.
Yep. Gets no run over here. So I don't like really bringing up a lot of drama and shit into the space, but I want to talk about this. And it's not really drama, but it's just kind of questions. So have y'all seen that post that old girl put up about Ferocious?
I saw it in the group chat. I haven't dug into it at all.
That shit is banana nut bread crazy. Because Jeff Staple was on IRL Alpha yesterday with Thread Guy, and he brought up some really great points about the Ferocious deal with Adidas. And he was saying how Web3 made that trajectory totally accessible for him to have this partnership. If he, Ferocious, checked off all boxes for that partnership not to happen if it would have been a strictly Web2 induced partnership. And the fact that it's Web3 gives him such a higher playing field and so much more leverage to create incredible partnerships like this. And that was a great point because they were talking about how the effect of streetwear comes into play when you integrate it within Web3 and how people don't necessarily understand the history of streetwear. Like a lot of people don't even know who Jeff Staple is and never heard of him outside of what he's done in Web3, which is nuts to think about, but it's the truth. And so when they started talking about Ferocious and all the great that he's done, all the good that he's done, the trajectory that he set out, they said he made $100 million off of his art. That's what built up his name. That's what gave him a better brand. And in turn, you know, when you have a better brand like that, it creates more opportunities for you to expand on. So Adidas giving him this shot was a great thing because it builds out the future and it gives other people to follow behind his trajectory to make partnerships like that in order to grow and continuously have the space grow in turn due to this great execution, depending on how he does it. And then today I saw the tweet about the Google Pixel being able to find like specific shoes because it scans certain shoes and figures out what it is for people to be able to shop and no longer be left out when it comes to those type of executions, which is dope too. And they used the Ferocious shoe within the ad to do that. So that was dope. But then the old girl's post and how it came out saying those things about him, and then how quickly it spread in Web3 and the people, how they just naturally rallied behind what she was saying without any type of evidence or without any type of deeper diving into it, like you said, Comp. And it made me wonder, like, is that going to affect the partnership in any form or facet? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about.
Can you pin that post? I haven't even heard any of this stuff. Like, I guess I haven't been super connected today. Like, I'm trying to catch up on everything at this point. But yeah, can you pin it to the top or something? Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Let me find that. It's kind of nuts, but it does make me wonder, because Web 2 and Web 3 are different components, right? They flow and move differently. So I wonder, something like this in Web 2 would put a stain on anybody's shirt, right? Like someone speaking about these type of topics and using this type of conversation to describe how an individual treat them would in a Web 2 situation would definitely spread like wildfire, and you know, could possibly ruin the deal. We've seen it happen many of times. I wonder how it would be and how the reception would be here with this being a Web3 centric partnership. It's wild to think about. But also, if you go through the comments and stuff, you see how people just, you know, they instantly rally, as you know, as they should. But it's like almost guilty until proven innocent. And I wonder how that will affect, or if it will affect anything as well.
This happens
So
in at least in the small world that I'm in the EDM world. These things come up often with DJs who have like either abused their power or they've taken things too far, and it's guilt. You're guilty until you can prove otherwise. Like you need to be able to prove it. Um, Otherwise, it's a sticky situation as well, man. I'm just now seeing it.
it's wild, man. It's wild to think about, right? Because, you know, I don't know Phil Welsh's personally. Of course, I met him a couple times, and I've been around him, and I know the brand and the imagery that's put out. And it is so totally opposite from any of this. But I guess, you know, that could be said about anyone that we know from the internet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just wild, man. It really made me think about things on a different scale and from a different perspective. Because personally, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm sitting down and I'm having these Web3 encounters that we do every day using this app, the world is shaped differently. I receive news differently. I receive energy differently. I treat it differently. My Web 2 friends are totally different from my Web 3 friends. My Web 2 communities are totally different from my Web 3 communities. And even if it's a Web 3 community that spills into a Web 2 environment, it still feels a lot different just than from a Web 2 community that was initiated from Web 2 as well. So having these type of conversations that are built around subject matter like this, it's so wild to think about in a Web3 space. And it, you know, it's going to be more people who get opportunities like this, like grand opportunities with huge Web2 brands, and can possibly change the trajectory of everything with the solidification of those partnerships. And these type of issues may sprout out again. It's just, I don't know of any that we've dealt with within a Web3 community like this on this level. This is my first one that I can actually think about and remember. So it's just wild to think about how to deal with it from this point forward when it comes to this type of subject matter.
Sorry, I'm reading through some stuff.
Yeah, I think we all are. See what I'm saying? Like all of the things that we have come from, they're built on these highly wildly imaginative subjects in Web3, right? Um, Literally generating money out of thin air with airdrops and NFTs and digital collectibles. So when you have subject matter like this that merges with that type of world, it's like a car crash. Like, damn, never in a million years. But this is part of that. Sadly, these type of conversations are part of the integration of Web 3 to Web 2 and the expansion of it as well. Because, you know, even not only this, right? If we can go more of a lighter note, I guess, with the Zach thing with Maki Big Brother. You know what I'm saying? It's stemming from the same type of thing. Zach putting up a post speaking about him and Maki taking it to Web 2 world and sue him, my man. Like, nah, you're not gonna do that.
Yeah. I think the lesson here, with at least with Zach and Maki, is that we like to believe that the Web3 is its own separate world and it's kind of a different rules, but it's not the case. Like there's it's not separate. You know what I mean? Like there's still rules, there's still regulations. Someone can still sue somebody over defamation, like Zach's being sued. Um, what's posted at the top happens a lot in the industry and music industry as well, and it'll probably be dealt with the same way here as there. I don't think it's just because we're in Web3 will be like a unique situation.
But you know,
But same with that lawsuit, you know.
that's what I'm saying too. Like, because people do this all the time. Not necessarily the post of what this young woman is talking about, but like the Maki thing. People talk shit about people on Web3 all the time. They just throw dirt on somebody's name, make up all types of shit, like all the time. And nobody ever is like, you know what? That's it for me. I'm about to sue your ass. Like everybody's like, damn, that's fun.
You can't sue me. I'm in Web3, bro.
Right. No, I'm just flooding your project. I ain't really, I don't want to take it there. No, you'll hear from my lawyer. So it's just wild. But honestly, I think that comes with any type of growth. And I think this showcases the growth of this sector in Web3 and how it's transitioning into Web2 for real, because, like these type of subject matters coming up. And not to say that this person is making up anything. I'm not saying anything of the sorts. Just saying that when people see opportunities as well, there are going to be some people out there who take opportunities, and it might come with some type of character defamation like this, right? If they see you coming up, you made $100 million off your art stuff, you just signing a shoe deal with Adidas, right? Like, oh hell yeah, it's time. Let's get this going. You know what I'm saying? So, just flip side of the coin, seeing the growth in Web 2 or Web 3 to Web 2 and the merger of the two worlds, like it's just wild. These two stories came up. One, this story with Ferocious in a situation with this woman, and other with Zach and Maki. Like, shit's getting nuts out here.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like it's one of those things that we're just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. If the allegations are more than just allegations, then it is good. I mean, we're gonna find out one way or another. Personally, I'm not gonna take one side. I don't know Ferocious. I don't know who this person is, and at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to sit back and let it play out. Like one person, it's right now. He said, she said. Like text messages, all that stuff can 100% be photoshopped, right? Like that's so easy, but at the same time, you can't dismiss it either. So I think they're gonna have to work through it, and then we'll go from there.
But even in the shoe realm, like Mars Yard, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah, Tom Sachs.
Yeah, even dealing with his Nike, they plug on that just from similar not similar allegations, but pointing a finger, talking about things, and it becoming more of a defamation of a character type of situation. They pulled that plug, like the whole Ja Morant situation with him holding the guns on Instagram. They was ready to pull a plug on that.
Like,
Yeah, sneakers is like
Web2,
full of this stuff, man. It's crazy. It's like if you really look at it, like sneakers, it's like so much revolving around like defamation of character, or
But
like
that's what I'm saying.
different stories with like Travis Scott and the concerts of people dying, and then Nike having to go through that, and it's like it's so crazy how many different stories derive from like just incidents like this.
Yeah,
through
but
sneakers.
My point is they're so quick to pull a deal because of this allegation come up. Oh, we can't be associated with that. Anything we had up, it's a wrap. Pull it off the table. You know what I'm saying? Usually. But I guess that's what my whole point is. Will they deal with it differently because it's a Web3 connection?
I don't think because there's a different number on which web it is going to get handled any differently. I mean, it's like the same type of fish, just a different type of ocean. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get the sharks, you're gonna get the pawns. Unfortunately, you're gonna get people that
I was
try
gonna
to take
say,
advantage
I
of other
think
people.
I don't know if I'm rugged or not. So if I'm talking over
You're
somebody, please let me know.
Yeah, you super rugged. Repsy was talking.
All right.
My bad. Yeah, but no, you're gonna get and on the flip side of that, I'm not trying to advocate for. Look, I hope if somebody's in the wrong, whoever is in the wrong in either one of these situations, whether it's the Zach situation or the Fugo situation, whoever is in the wrong needs to be handled with. Like that shit, that's not cool either fucking way, bro. Like that shit ain't right. But also, like they need to figure out what's going on before you can throw stones, man. Like we're past that. We need to get past throwing rocks before we know what the hell's really going on. Like this isn't like a public type of execution shit no more. We're this 2023, man. Like let's get beyond all that. Like let's figure out what's really happening because it's easy to fake some shit, but it's also easy to try and cover up some shit when you got a ton of money and you got a little bit of power and you got a name. So let's really figure out what's going on, and then we can start throwing rocks at somebody and they can get their just due.
Well, you know,
Okay.
Landia's lawyers are already on this, so.
Yeah, I think I missed a little bit of what Rupsy was saying, but I caught the tail end, and I agree. I think kind of like what I was saying earlier, we just have to figure out, like, wait for them to figure it out. I think to your point, Dre, earlier, I think if this was Web 2, like, at all, yeah, they would have likely pulled the plug. But maybe we're growing, like, overall, regardless of Web 2 or Web 3, where we're taking the time now to see how things play out. Um, like they're probably going to put the time and effort and expeditiously, right, to figure out like how much validity is there behind this. And I think if it turns out to be real, then yeah, I think rightfully so, you pull the plug. If it turns out to be not real, then that's her and defamation. And I think that again has its own consequences on her end, right? So I think what's interesting to me though is I was kind of going through the comments and people picking sides pretty quickly, just off of what they're seeing presented without digging any deeper. I think that's not helpful either. Um, but I also understand the empathy and trying to like in the event that it is real, like you do want to be human and you do want to show the compassion, right? Because somebody's going through something horrible. Um, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things that you're almost better off just just not jumping in until like we know for a fact, unless you know the person directly. But there's no right or wrong way to deal with it. I would say just don't point fingers and pass a judgment until you have factual facts. But that's an interesting one for sure.
The way that I've seen this go down in the Web 2 music world, at least, they cancel first and then they make the person prove otherwise. Hold on. Let me get Dre back up here. Dre, can you hear
Yeah,
us?
no, I got super regular, couldn't speak. But no, you're right. Yeah, I heard what you said
Yeah.
about canceling and making them prove otherwise. That's what I was about to say. The point in Web3, look how fast this has spread in with such a small area, such a small group of people, considerably when you want to, compare it to other groups of or other sectors. It's a small group, so look how quickly this has spread, right? And now, I'm even guilty of it because I'm bringing it in here and we talking about it. But I'm not bringing it in here to spread it just to be like, oh, he's guilty. I'm bringing it in here to ask about the differences between Web 2 and Web 3, right? So many people checking those comments that you guys see on the post. So many people instantly, oh, sorry. So they're going to make them stereotypically think a certain type of way about him. I'm sorry for you, person. This person is wrong. He is guilty. And that's usually how it works here, and not just on the negative front, but even speaking on Maki and them, right? Like, oh, I ride with Maki, I'm about to buy his project. Somebody else will make a post or a comment, y'all, Maki is a scammer, don't mess with him. It's so extreme, it happens so quickly, and these thoughts are created and solidified so fast that because of the space moves so quickly, so it's hard to gauge how things will be from this point forward when it comes to interaction or having solidified deals with Web 2 companies or corporations, right? Like it moves so incredibly quick. It almost seemed like it's been up for a week. This has been up a day, bro. One, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the time with the space. So
This is where it's like, make sure you don't have any skeletons in your closet just in case. Right? It's like if you do plan on getting big, just make sure it's going to come out.
well, I can even say to that point, how many people don't have skeletons? We all in here done some dirty shit. Like I know, it's certain things that I'm not.
Yeah, but bro, we ain't doing.
I mean, it's
I mean, I
degrees,
hope we ain't doing
it's
that
levels
shit,
to everything. Yes, of course. But I'm saying anybody. But even then, right? Anybody can come up and say anything, and then it's automatic judgment. Like, oh, I knew he was a scammer. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I knew he was dirty.
Hey, bro, you catch me with a couple too many drinks, bro, and that's a recorded space,
Yeah,
man.
see?
Yeah, it could come back to
You
bite
know what I
me.
mean? That's what I mean. But it's automatically off with his head. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's very interesting to see how this will play out with Adidas and Ferocious because yeah, man, Tom Sachs he got bagged. A lot of people got bagged when they came across. One thing I always think about because I'm a hip hop generation dude is Tupac, right? How his trajectory changed even back then from dealing with those accusations from similar situations. So yeah, man, crazy. You're right, Prez. Yeah, bro. That song, the Stardust song, I think it was sampled. It was sampled from what's her name, Shaka Khan. So yeah.
How does this in the short term affect everything? And do you think that Adidas and the partners will do their due diligence? Like they're gonna want to see it all, won't they?
I mean, Adidas, bro. Think about it. Like they always been hella strict. It's always been a hella like conservative company. Like think about the shit they just went through with Ye. You know what I'm saying? Who knows where this can go? They might just be real tired of shit right now. But this also was a major play for them in this sector. Ferocious is a major player. So you never know. You never know. Nothing happened. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, for real. I'm curious to see how it plays out.
I wonder how many units they gave him, to be quite honest. Like, I know they gave him the opportunity because of the artifact thing, right? They proved that they can move units, right, based off of this sheer, like, millions of dollars that they sold, right? That's why they gave him a chance, is because they're like, shit, the kid made $3 million in 3 minutes, so we'll give him an opportunity. If it fails, it fails. If we'll put it on him. If it succeeds, then we take all the glory, right? So like that's kind of how Adidas rolls, right? With the partnerships, they don't really. I'm wondering to see how much of the partnership he was actually involved in, as far as the collaboration and like the actual shoe. But again, like what Adidas does, they put it on the partner where they're like, yo, if this succeeds, it's on us. But if it fails, it's on Ferocious, right? And if anything comes up, it's on Ferocious, right? And then we're just gonna excommunicate, and we had nothing to do with it. That's just the way the business works. Like they've done. I mean, I've seen it countless times. If like half the celebrities they've ever brought in there, I mean, they'll tell it straight to your face. Like Adidas is worst collaborative partners, and I hate to throw them under the bus like that, but it's not collaborative in one way, shape, or form. But I mean, they want to protect their image as much as they possibly can. That's just the way that their company runs. So it's like if especially what's going on again, like what you just said with Kanye, with ties with Beyonce, having half their celebrities cut off the docket list now because selling units, their finances. Thank God they're finally doing the EAs to actually recoup some of the money in the losses. But yeah, Adidas is in a real weird, precarious situation. I mean, yeah, they're global leaders in soccer. As far as everything else, it's like good luck sustaining billions and billions of dollars worth of losses, and then any kind of turmoil whatsoever is not going to be good for them going forward.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a peculiar one from this point forward. Because again, like I said, Jeff Staple made some really great points about them having this partnership with Ferocious, where it can go and how it's going to bring more light into the space. And overall, we've seen nothing but positive light. Louis Vuitton coming in, having their release. Das Swoosh is killing it. They just announced this stuff with Fortnite today. Of course, everything the Artifact is doing with Nike. So the overall sentiment has been great.
Yeah, it's just funny to me. Just I keep saying to everyone, we keep saying to people, it's like everyone's going to be on board into this, whether they know it or not, right? Like whether they want to or not. It's like they've already kind of done it with Swoosh, right? It's like every company's going to do it. They're just going to do it with credit cards, right? It's just there's, and we're just here really like with the foundation. Like it's just so funny because every single thing is just going to get swept up into it, right? So it's just cool to see it finally slowly getting integrated and having people that actually were built at the foundation actually being given opportunities to be like faces of it.
I'm trying to check. I'm checking one of the paint drop collections and see if this like post affected it. Yeah, a lot of people are selling their paint drops.
Yeah, maybe not to change the subject, but maybe change the subject a little bit. With the Nike announcement today, right? Unreal, Fortnite, Air Maxes. Since we have two shoe connoisseurs, sneaker connoisseurs on the stage right now, I'd love to get either Johnny and or Dre's thoughts on what do you think. Um, what do you think that could be about? Like new, like a completely new introduction for a new Air Max. Well, I don't even know if model is the colorway is probably the right term here. Or do you think it's more bringing that collection, that history into the game? And like, how do you think this one plays out? Like, any thoughts there?
It's weird. I don't know. They were doing something with like some kind of like metaverse place, right? Like I forgot. I don't know if it was through Roblox or something else. I don't know if it's got anything to do with this, where they just switched to Fortnite and it's some kind of like questing opportunity or some like level within a game. Like I don't game, period. Like I don't do it. But it's like with this, I think it's bigger. You know, they say sneaker hunt, right? So it's like, I mean, they're talking about with us with the crypto kick IRL is going on like IRL, like um, quests and shit like that, you know, and claiming them with our shoes, which I know we should be getting in the next couple of months, right? With this being a sneaker hunt, with them doing sneaker hunts in the past and in real life, with them doing geolocations and doing all this other stuff, they could be partnering with Fortnite to just basically do a digital version where you never know they could have like Air Maxes like hidden within like maybe Easter eggs within games or you know help level up or I mean there could be a million different things that this could mean. But I mean, with them partnering with you know Travis Scott, like I said a few years ago, with the Jordan collab that they did and the concert that they've done, and I mean them working alongside Fortnite for the last few years, they're just progressing their relationship with them and using .swoosh and R3D files to do it. So, but yeah, anybody else opinion?
Yeah, I guess I'm also interested in, and I know Rapsy, you're gonna jump in. But also interested in like, yeah, maybe like a little bit more of the, because I've never done personally like an IRL like sneaker hunt. Like I didn't, I assume that they've done it in the past, but I have not participated in any of those things. Nor have I stood in line, you know, for hours for to get a drop. So um, I guess like for those IRL events that I'm sure you guys have participated in, like how do those typically go down? If it's like geofenced or like you have to go to like yeah, how does that even work? And how do you see that maybe transferring to this here?
I can give you just like a quick example. Like I remember in Chicago a couple of years ago for like All Star Weekend, they were releasing exclusive shoes for All Star Weekend, and you had to be in Chicago to be able to claim them. And then throughout the few days, right, they actually like dropped notifications to people, and you had to be within a specific street or a specific block in a specific time frame, and whoever was there at that specific time and claimed the exact amount of units, it was like basically first come first serve. So it was like kids were like going all over the city trying to get to this exact like street corner to then have it geolocated on their phone to then be able to claim the shoes and stuff like that. So stuff like that, it's like a gaming IRL where they don't necessarily tell you, but it's almost like a surprise where it's like all of a sudden it's like a chase or a hunt or something like that. But yeah, Rupsy, you can go ahead.
Oh no, you hit it. You got it. You good.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, that makes sense. Like, especially when I could see it, I could see that. Like, right, with the CryptoKicks IRL and them talking about activation, and we know that the IRLs, CryptoKicks you'll be able to connect them to your phone and the app, and so geolocation and all that stuff does come. It would be pretty easy to implement, right,
Yeah,
and track it.
yeah. In 2017, they actually did like an Air Force One drop with RFID chips in them in New York City alone, and it was basically a 3-month trial basis. So whoever ended up getting these Air Force Ones, and it was connected to the Nike Plus app, and then throughout that 3-month period, every month at a random time, every single person that owned those Nike Air Force Ones would get they would like vibrate or no, I don't think it would vibrate. I think they would just get a notification on their phone, and then it would like drop down, and then give them an exact window, and it was like first come first serve to get a limited edition sneaker. And only the people that had those Air Force Ones that were able to get on the app at that specific time were able to get them. So again, that was another thing, that you had to be in a specific city, own a specific shoe to then get a specific unlock. So, and that was back in like 2017.
Damn. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this is like years in the making. Is basically what this is, like, just perfecting the technology and the mechanics, right? And figuring out how do they bring it on a big mass scale. This is exciting, man. I had no idea. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Um, so that's super cool. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they've just been beta testing for the last decade, basically. And again, the Crypto Kick IRL is going to be the beta test to the Crypto Dunks, right? It's like the same technology, but with digital flexible screens, with the skin vials. It's just going to be leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. But doing the Bluetooth enabled sneakers with the Crypto Kick IRLs, and then we can then implement those on small scale. Again, there's only going to be, I think, 5,200 pairs total. How many of those are actually going to be worn and actually quested in? I don't know, but we're going to be the small beta testers to be able to actually test out the actual in real life questing, double tapped heel airdrop claiming, using the app with the shoes, all of this other stuff. That I'm super excited to get those shoes and be able to actually quest and see how that they actually implement it, and if they do cross sect it with Fortnite, which I can see why they wouldn't do that, but.
But actually, that just reminded me of something. I'm gonna put you a little bit on the spot here, Johnny. So I was looking at your page earlier. Speaking of CryptoKicks IRL, and I saw the undead version. It looked like you were holding it. So my question is, do you actually have a pair that you're working on right now, or is this just a continuation of, we know you're going to get a pair, we know you're going to like customize the hell out of it and deliver on the undead, like you said. So was that just like another like render, or is this, you actually have it right now?
Yeah, just dreaming still, until the day that I'm blessed to get a pair in hand, to then immediately ship to Rupsy to do our thing on, right? So I think this is what's so cool. Just I think that's what's so cool. You get these base images, and then I've done it on my Instagram for the last 8 years. I'm gonna keep doing it with every single shoe that ever drops out of this ecosystem. I'm gonna skin every single shoe 100 times over. And then hopefully, obviously, get these skin vials, get these in real life sneakers, and the collaborations and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's showing people what's possible with these things. I mean, even with the 4 colorways, I think I did on the on that one Crypto Dunk, I think I did over 150 designs. I think with the Crypto Kick IRLs, I've done over 35 designs, and it doesn't even scratch the surface, right? They're just blank canvases, right? So it's like, whatever you guys want to do. Some of these shoes are perfect base models to do whatever you want with them, right? It's like you'll still have the RFID chip and the full capabilities to be able to do whatever you want with questing. But it's like, if you want to skin it or do something else, let's get it.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited for what you and Rupsy end up, doing with these shoes once you get your hands on them. But yeah, no, I saw that and I got super hyped. I'm like, oh man, I almost had forgotten about that design that you had done. Obviously, the crypto dunks themselves, when um, with the undead vial, like out of that entire collection, that's the one. And the Alien too is pretty dope for the Crypto Dunks and the Alien Vial, but that bone design is just next level. So yeah, super excited to see those. Obviously, like, well, not obviously, I was fortunate enough to get uh, the monolith and then pull a undead vial. So that to me, that's why I'm like super pumped about the Crypto Dunks themselves. But to know that you're going to be bringing the IRLs, that design, that same design to the IRLs, that somebody's able to actually do that and deliver on that is super exciting. So, probably gonna have to step up my game I'm sure if I want to get one of those, but just knowing that the option is there is next level. So can't wait to see what you guys deliver on. I do have 2 pairs, so we'll see, but yeah, excited to see you guys do your thing on those.
The only thing that's going to be different, I think, off the release that we're going to have to do is because like the icy soul, we're probably going to have to black that out instead of making like icy white like that. I just don't think we're going to be able to do it. And it's just, I can dream, right? Unless they make me a sample soul, but I don't think they would do that. But again, it's so crazy to think just how limited these shoes are, right? Because it was a whole new silhouette that they made, and then they're only doing 4 pairs or 4 colorways of that shoe. I don't know if they'll ever remake that silhouette ever again. So you think about the rarity of all these shoes. Anyone who does want to do something on them, tap my hat off to you.
I got four pairs of these coming, and I'm expecting them in the next couple months. Are we still thinking August, September? What are you guys thinking?
Man, if I can get them, I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna hold back. If we can get them, like I would say this summer, yeah, I think honestly, like anytime between now and September would be like fantastic. Like, obviously, I think if we're gonna activate and do IRL stuff, right, like then that's kind of the window for at least if you're not on the coast, or somewhere where it's like sunny all the time, and you're trying to capture people around the world, right? Like that time frame between now and September, I think, is where it's virtually summer almost everywhere, where people can actually get out and you don't have to worry about like colder weather or anything like that. So, but yeah, I think I'm excited. That's frankly one of the reasons why I'm excited for the Rimowa Forge to kind of close, so that window of event is closed up, and we can move on to the IRLs, which is probably how it plays out. But yeah, I think we're gonna get those, and it's gonna be, man, I am excited for those. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. That's probably one of
Look,
I'm looking the most towards to.
I I'm 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 a realist, okay? So I hope for the best, but I always prepare for the worst. And I'm hoping that they're gonna be here sooner than later, but I just, it wouldn't be surprised if Santa Claus is shipping these ones out. And I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. I'll take it as a Christmas present. I don't mind. I'll wait. They're beautiful. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna fuss, but I'm just keeping it real. That's just the way I see it. I hope they prove me wrong. I do, but that's where we're at.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, I think at this point, that's honestly where I'm at. It's like, yeah, I'd like to get it like now, but if it goes longer, it goes longer. Like, really, all it means is I get my IRLs and my Air Forces at the same time, and I can stare at them all winter, right, in preparation for summer. And like next year, you best believe it's on like Donkey Kong, right? So, yeah, I'm not worried about it. But I would love to be able to rock him this summer and go on some epic quests. Like, that would be amazing. So we'll see. They haven't said anything yet. We're still going off of the FAQs and what was provided, but we'll see how it all plays out. Like, I'm sure a lot of technology packed in those that hasn't been seen before, so that comes with its own challenges, and it is what it is, right? It's a pretty small run too, so if nothing else, I take comfort in knowing that I'm one of 5,000 some people in the entire world with this technology that's going to drop in my hands, and I have 2 pairs. how blessed, can you be? You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at.
Tevi, just come move to Phoenix, man. You can wear them all year round. You don't got to worry whether it's winter or whether it's summer. You can wear them whenever you want. It never rains. They're not gonna get wet. They're gonna stay
I mean,
dry.
I
You're
get
good.
dusty though, right? Like,
Nah, what's the God made dirt and dirt don't hurt, so that's
I've
okay. You're
never
fine.
heard that. Oh, that was proper. I'm gonna use that, Rufsy. God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt.
That's what I was told when I ate dirt as a kid. My dad would tell me, "Yeah, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt." So I just kept eating dirt, and look where I'm at now. So it just goes to show.
Yeah, out here in Web3 delivering custom shoes with Johnny. Yeah, I mean, clearly, maybe I should have been eating more dirt. Like, I feel like I missed out.
Is that how
No,
we
dude,
all got here?
I don't have that electric lawnmower money, so I think you're doing all right.
I'm not
Do
gonna
we think?
live that down, but that's okay. I love it. I love my electric lawnmower. That thing is epic. I think everybody should get one.
You don't get me started on this, man. Don't
You
do
know,
it.
you know why I wasn't like there yesterday, right? Like I had to drop quick and everything. That's because I was riding my mower around. I was like, gotta take care of the yard. It was nice. It was a nice day out here.
Or is it solar powered?
Not no, but if they did have one, I would rock that
So it's,
too.
so it's gas powered.
No, it's electric. It's not gas powered.
How do they produce that electricity?
Ooh, that's a good question. Natural gas.
Bro, Tevi out here fucking modern day Forrest Gumping on an electric lawnmower, dude. Like if you don't have those Nikes, I don't know what I forget the name of them, but they actually just re-released them. So you could definitely get a pair of those and get you a Bubba Gump Shrimp Company hat and get out there on that modern day Forrest Gump tip, dude.
You might have to send me actually I can just Google it. I don't even know which one those are, but I just might. But you know what though? Like I'm for sure going to be riding that mower with some Air Force Ones, with my CloneX hat, with a CloneX shirt. Whether it's the free, actually, I have 10 free shirts coming, right, with those Air Force Ones. So you best believe I have an outfit for mowing the lawn that will be rocked. Pictures will be taken, and it will be on the timeline. So I already told you, my aim is to be a walking billboard, one way or another, by any means, as Kuro would say. So it's happening.
I just love that. I love that Tivy is ready to rock, bro. He's gonna show up in his electric Tesla and all his artifact gear, ready to rock. Um, while I'm at the diesel station having to fill up in diesel, getting diesel all over my artifact clothes that I don't have coming.
And what if you spill that this diesel on your crypto kicks? They're gonna stink, and you're gonna
Can't
short
believe it.
circuit the crypto kicks, and that's not gonna work. You won't be able to go on that quest because you just didn't take the time to make the switch. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be opening up my car with my crypto kicks.
Bro, that's the stink of
What
America,
happened?
dude. Don't you disrespect that diesel smell, buddy.
What happens if the grid goes down?
That's why you get solar
You
and
guys
battery.
just broke
That's why
down.
you have solar and batteries. Store that energy, baby.
So you have solar?
My neighbor does.
My neighbor does.
Oh man.
Oh man, I'm convinced that every single person who owns an electric car does not have a backup plan. I mean, a lot of them do have gas vehicles, but they don't have backup plans. Like when shit hits the fan, it's like I don't know. Let's just hope nothing ever hits the fan.
Nah, we have a gas car still, but here's the thing, right? I already told you, like, give me 2 years, right? And I will have the whole shebang. I'll be able to be completely off grid. Yeah, if the world, like, people are like, you know what? No more dinosaur juice. You can't get to, zombies are everywhere and they're like crawling all over gas stations and stuff. Yeah, it's all good. I'll be bunkered up in my house. I'll be in my Cybertruck. I'll open the garage, run everything over, There's solar panels on there, so I can charge as I drive. Meanwhile, you'll be hunting and fighting your way to the next gas station so you can try to siphon some diesel. And you'll have to, like, suck it up, and then it'll get in your mouth and everything. It'll be dirty as hell. Because guess what? There's no electricity to get that pump flowing to get the diesel into your tank. So I don't. I'm just saying, you should buy a Tesla.
Hey, was that Giga Beer trash or what?
No, it actually was. It was actually pretty decent. If you're a pilsner guy and you like more of a darker beer, a little bit heavier, then it's good. I personally prefer lighter beers, but even for somebody who's more into like light beers, it was good. Is it $100 good? So $30 a bottle. I don't know, but it's a good experience. So 40 experience, yeah, I think it was worth it. And you get to keep the bottle as a collectible, right? So that was cool. I was like super careful in opening it. But yes, and now I have it and kept the bottle. I have two
Oh.
left. I'm hoping.
If you own a Tesla, do you drink a beer with a straw or no?
No, I did not drink beer with a straw. Though I will admit that I do drink Coke and any kind of soda with a straw. I like my straws. I do like straws. But that's also because I grew up in, between like in third world countries to some extent, and you never know what's going to pee on your cans. So it's more of a germ thing. You can clean the edges all you want, but you know, for safety precautions, you do want to get that straw. And
Is it really an issue?
yeah, it actually is.
Damn, I never even thought about that. The type of things that touch the edges of those cans,
Oh,
huh?
dude, like you
New
have
fear
no
unlocked.
idea. I tell my kids,
Sitting in a warehouse,
yeah,
just anything could run across those cans,
100%.
huh?
I tell my kids, I'm like, make sure
Uh-huh.
you wash that can because you don't know what peed on it. So now they do. That they've learned over the years. They're like, yeah, I don't even have to tell them anymore. They just pick it up, they rinse it in the water, they wipe it down, and then they're good to go. But I've actually seen it, right? Like I haven't, like, every now and then, like, next time you pick up a can of beer or whatever it is, look at the rim. Like some of them do have some yucky stuff on there, right? And I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna clean it off. But if you don't, like, you're drinking all that. You have no idea what it is. Like I said, for all you know, it's rat pee. That's just dried up on there. If you're in New York, it's definitely rat pee. So something to think about.
Bro, Tevy's an interesting guy, man. He's smart, man. You're too smart, Tevy.
So yeah, I don't know if that's a compliment or a backhand comment, but I will
No,
take
you
it
just
as
think of
I'll
things.
take
You
it at
think of
face
things
value. I'll
differently.
go with
It's
it.
good. It's good, bro. It's good to have people from different parts of the world, different upbringings, because they think of things differently. I've never washed a can in my life, dude. Like, what? And I think that's why my immune system's so strong. While everybody's out running and getting shots and everything, I was like, no, I don't wash my cans. I'm good to go.
I mean,
You know
really,
what I'm
between you
saying?
and Robsy, I feel like you have like immunity through the roof, right? Eating dirt and all that stuff. Nah, man. Like the reality is honestly, like it's like I said, yeah, I was in France and all that, but also spent a ton of time in third world countries like in Africa. So you know, like I think it's more coming from a place of like knowing like what's actually out there that will actually kill you. That you take certain precautions, right? Like I feel like that's a big part of why I think the way that I do because like people, yeah, will like you're into like different things that will that is literally out there killing people right left and right. So you see all that stuff, you kind of start paying a little bit more attention to certain things, especially when it comes to like viruses and microbes and just bacteria and like the weird stuff that's out there. Um, but yeah, that is why.
It's all about perspective, dude.
one Hundred
Like,
percent.
you grew up over there where you just you saw it. You saw what was going down, dude, in the swamp was just straight up drinking pea drinks or like whatever he could get his hands on, and now he's immune. But I mean, it's all good. It's like a superpower or whatever. But it's all good, dude. But yeah, perspective, man.
We grew up drinking out of the hose and stuff, man, like that.
That's facts, dude.
You know
I
what I'm
did
How
that
saying?
many
too.
times I put my mouth on the water fountain when I was a little kid?
Yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I 100% did all that. But here's the thing: at some point, some kid got sick, malaria got around, and all these different things happen. And you're like, oh, how does that happen? And they're like, well, here's what it is. You know that hose that you love putting your mouth on from that little well that, you pump the water out of? I'm like, yeah, yeah, what about it? They're like, that bacteria that turned into a worm or whatever is in there. That's a fact. And you're like, holy hell. You ever like heard about what's that worm that actually gets in? I think is it a ringworm, or there's another one that will literally parasite that will grow in
Tapeworm,
tapeworm.
dude.
Yeah, that
Feed
guy.
that bitch, dude. Yeah. Feed it and feed it and feed it. It's bad. It's not good, dude. It's not good. Bro, you guys you remember getting that like full shot of devil water that was chilling in the hose? Like you didn't know, like it was like maybe your first time drinking out the hose. You didn't know you should let it run. Get that hot water out, you just sucked it right down, dude.
Yeah.
Burn your esophagus the whole way down. Oh, terrible.
Yeah, man. It's just like
You ever wonder how our space would have gone during COVID? Like, could you like hear somebody talking in spaces through their mask, like just to protect themselves? You ever wonder who in our spaces would have been doing that shit?
Oh, there's somebody doing it right now. What are you
There's
talking about?
guarantee there's somebody
They're
wearing
still
masks in
doing it.
spaces right
This
now.
has changed lives forever. Are you kidding me? I still see people walking down the sidewalk with masks on alone. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Driving with masks on.
Yeah, but you know what? If that makes you comfortable, dude, wear a mask, bro. Like it's all
That
good.
just means that they're ugly. It doesn't mean
it's
anything
all
else
about
but that.
perspective and what makes you
And
comfortable.
I'm also grateful that they're wearing a mask if that's the case. It's all good.
This is why I told Rusty to join Spaces like so long ago, bro. I'm so happy he started joining Spaces.
It goes against everything that like we grew up knowing, like drinking out of hoses and sharing drinks and all this other shit. And they're like, no, you have to put a mask on. I'm like, no, that's not. That goes against everything that I've learned.
No, I never drank out of any hoses. We were expressly
what do you
told
mean?
not to.
Like, our water is
Huh?
clean here, Kira. Like, we can drink out of the hoses.
Yeah, my parents are like not like my dad was not like that at all. Like I couldn't do any of that shit. I didn't play in the dirt.
So this one might get Dre fired up. We've had the talk before, but who has lived or been outside the U.S. and like has actually seen a difference in water, like other than the tap water here in the U.S. is like, I'm told that it's significantly better in other countries than like here in the U.S. And not just taste wise, but just the type of shit that it gets put in the water here in the U.S. Sure, what's up?
So we have like natural springs and stuff here that are like regulated, I guess, because everything here is regulated. So like Kane was right. The water is better here. The tap water still has like a certain percentage of fluoride and shit in it. So I don't even cook with it. I like use bottled water to cook. That's from a spring just because like I don't know. I was raised weird, so I don't trust anything.
Yo, that's pretty weird, yeah, when it comes from the aquifer.
Yeah, but the aquifer water has to be tested and then it has to be filtered and stuff like that. And usually we were taught to like kind of buy houses with their own well system and then to have but obviously to have the like groundwater and shit tested first.
You guys have heard a lot about the U.S. putting fluoride in their water. You guys think that that does dumb down the consciousness in general? That's why you stay away from it?
Yeah, definitely. It like calcifies your fucking pineal glands and shit. Like that's not good for you.
Bro, I don't even know what fluoride means, dude. What are you talking about, dude? You guys are stupid.
It's basically like I don't know. This is gonna get into some.
No, it's not even at this point. It's not even a conspiracy theory, bro. Like the U.S. legit puts it in the water
They put a bunch of shit in the water, but then you hear about people that live in other countries who just have like a complete different type of water over there.
I mean, people brush their teeth with it every day, so I mean, you guys are doing it to yourself.
I know, dude. Can you guys hear that in the background?
Yeah.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Yeah, go off. That's my roommate and Shauna talking. Oh man. Nah, guys, I don't think I got good water here. I told you guys the other day or a couple weeks ago, like they did some water work in my area, and ever since the tap water has like made me feel weird as fuck. And I don't know if it was just the change they did, but they shut us down for like a day, switched out a bunch of stuff, and the water just was coming out weird.
Are you?
Bro, every time they adjust the chemical composition of the water, it's some sort of fucking experiment. I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like tripping or whatever, but I noticed myself personally, I think a lot faster than everybody else. And like, even when I was smoking a lot of weed and smoking weed and shit, like, I don't even feel as if like I was inhibited by it as much as other people say that they are. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, man. I live like very differently from everyone else.
Hey, was there from those Canadian fires? Was there like was the air all orange up there, like it was in New York, or was that just in New York?
That was just in New York.
No,
Like even
it was here. Like
No, we
early,
had the smog or whatever, but
yeah,
it wasn't
Like they trying
orange.
to cover it up, bro. They trying to cover it up,
like
dude.
I don't know.
it
made it.
was
You guys
even
saw the
out
pictures
here
of
where
New
I'm
York,
at.
right? You saw the
We
pictures of New
had
York.
bushfires, like a ton of bushfires. Not one day was it ever orange outside.
Like
Like
orange
that
type.
is next level.
Nah, it was
Like
like
that doesn't even make
super foggy
sense.
here, Kuro.
Not foggy. We're talking orange,
Yeah,
bro. Like the New York was
Bro,
yeah,
orange.
it
that's what I'm
looked
saying.
like a little filtery.
Like I'm sure somebody enhanced the color, but like I walked out of work and the sky was like like a 10 color, and you could smell the smoke in the
Yeah,
air.
that's not natural.
Bro, that shit was more orange than Joe Rogan after he took
I've
Vermectin, bro.
seen no that yeah, I've seen a bunch of pictures from New York, and it was orange, dude, and nobody was putting extra filter on it. Like you see 20, 30, 40 different pictures, they didn't all use the same
Somebody
filter.
that like works for me
You guys,
from Chloe NFT lives in New York.
you guys
He lives on like the 32nd floor, and it was all orange up there, man. So
Yeah.
and like he sent me a picture because I was like getting at him to like leave his house and shit because I just find it weird when people just stay in their house all day and they don't do anything else. So I was like getting at him, and I'm like, you need to leave your house because it's unhealthy for you to just be fucking sitting there in your house working all the time. And this guy showed me outside. I was like, yeah, stay in your house. And usually, like, I'm a big, like, get outside maxi because, I don't know, the air quality is not great inside a house.
People that were in Quebec were saying that the sky there wasn't orange like it was in New York. Like it was foggy and smoky, but it wasn't orange. So I was asking the Canadians specifically.
Well, I'm close to like where some of them were because I'm a bit closer to New York, I think, than Kuro, and it wasn't the orangeness.
Yo, I want receipts, compound. You guys be talking some conspiracy stuff again.
Let me find
This
it.
is your shit.
I,
Subscribe.
I
This
just
is your
looked at
shit.
a
So
video on New York, well, pictures, because I was curious. I'm like, yeah, I was comparing that to what was here, and it wasn't that orange. And like I said, you had a 10. The sky was definitely a 10 color. You could see smoky fog in the air for sure, and you can definitely smell it. It was you.
How are there no pictures from any other states leading from Canada to New York?
it
How
wasn't,
is that
bro.
possible? Why was it only New York City that we got pictures out of?
It's probably
So do you guys remember a few months back when like 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate went missing from a train car? It's like, you guys remember that news story?
Yeah, it
All the
was all
ammonium
over my TikTok.
missing.
yo, I was about
Yeah.
to say that shit. Yo,
So if you look up what ammonium nitrate does when it's like released, it has an orange hue. It like turns the sky orange. And people are saying, okay, this is concentrated just in New York, but nowhere else. Because they're thinking that's part of the conspiracy theory is that it was released in New York.
And every single movie that we've ever watched ever, where does it start?
In New York, bro, you got to start it in New York. You got to test everything in New York.
What are movies? Programming?
Movies are programming. So that's why I was asking, because I have been seeing a lot of people say it's centralized to New York. So I was like, I got Canadian friends, bro. They don't want us talking to our Canadian friends. So it's true though. They didn't have that shit happening up there.
And by the way, my mom's in Toronto, my brother's in Toronto, so yeah.
Oh, one thing. Happy fucking Father's Day to all the dads out there. It's
When is Father's Day?
this Sunday, man.
Sunday.
So, any dad out there, happy Father's Day. Make sure you get some breakfast in you or something. You know, have a good day. Take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. Take care of your toes. It's important.
Yeah, man, I'll second that. Thank you. And I don't know who all in here is a dad, but if you are, happy Father's Day to you. And again, thanks Ali for the gift, because that's an epic gift. So I will take that all day.
Didn't you have to chase him down for the last one? And so this time you were like,
Oh
you
man,
were included in this one. You're probably feeling like on top of the world right
oh
now.
I do, man. Like I was in his DMs. I was like, I mean, the whole idea. So fun story, right? So initially, I DM'd Ali, and I don't mind saying this, right? So I DM'd Ali, and I was like, "Hey, can I?" Because I saw the already set pose, and then I saw the Animus one that he did, and that one, I was like, "Man, this is so dope!" Like, could you? So I DM, I'm like, "Hey, like I would love just a regular standard ready set pose, but if it would be super cool if you could do something with my demon and my other clone, the drip clone." But at the same time, I'm like, man, the man probably has like a million people in his DMs right now. Like, he's busy, right? So if he gets to me, great. And eventually, so I was sitting and I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can do something, right? And if nothing else, then I can then tag him and get his attention, and hopefully he's like, yeah, I appreciate you, and I'll pull you into your next campaign. So it was like my whole psyop idea to try to get on Ali's radar to hopefully make into one of his animations. And it worked out. It worked out. And so, like I said, I really appreciate him and everything. But yeah, that was kind of like coming out of, just desperation, admiration, and wanting to be part of it. And so feeling like real talk super blessed that I was able to be part of this one. Because I know how much, work it is to even try to do just one animation, let alone doing it at that level and on that scale. Like, man, I can't imagine like the amount of work and time that went into that. So, yeah, big shout out to Ali. Like, that's awesome.
Yo,
Surprise!
you shot your shot.
Yeah, surprise! What happens when you shoot your shot, right?
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, like I would have been so sad. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with it. But I would have been so sad, like if today everyone posted their stuff and I again, what I didn't have one, I would have cried. Not because I feel like I'm being left out or anything, but it's so cool. Like it's really cool to be able to like participate in these things and help get clone visibility and everything. So, and like dynamic profiles, like how I want, it's like the first time I put one of my animated NFTs, that I bought some of those, it was because I really wanted to be able to use them as profile pictures on Twitter. And obviously you still can't do it, but on other platforms you can. And so that's always been something that I thought would be super cool to have that. And so now today, to not only have the option but have it be your clone and have somebody who's able to create those for us, I think it's special, right? It's like it's elevating what we do, um, and what we're able to be part of. So I think it's super cool. So it's like one step at a time. Like we're all the little things that are super cool to me and interesting to me from a technology advancement and just a fun aspect of what these assets can do. It's like it's slowly coming together, and it's dope to have people within the community that are helping advance all that, right? And that you can actually talk to, right? And get input from, or just have access to, which is awesome.
This is why I love like being involved, right? Because then it's like when the people that do finally take charge, they're like incentivized to use your clone, right? Because you're like, oh, you've built out such a repertoire, you built out such a reputation within the industry, within the community, that they're like, oh, it just makes 100% sense to use you within this campaign or within this whole thing, right? Just like whether it's Artifact themselves or anybody else building off side projects. I mean, I think this is what's so cool about just being involved. It's like you're at the forefront of like all the evolution that comes with these 3D files and like the avatars and all this other stuff. And so what Ollie did to open the eyes to the community and then involve the entire community, and then you felt almost like an outsider, like, oh my God, I need to get involved. I need to do something to like get his attention to then be in the next campaign. Right, as that stuff starts unfolding with Nike and Artifact and all these other projects that get involved, where they're like, yeah, we need clones for clone casting for this next campaign to like do a global campaign on digital billboards in LA and Tokyo and Paris and all these other things. It's like you're going to want to have been involved and and said, oh shit, yeah, that makes absolute sense to use their clone because they're so involved, and everyone in the community like obviously recognizes and sees, and it's like it makes total sense, right? So this is what's so cool about the individual creators taking it upon themselves to like do these things to like show us belief in what's possible for the future, and it makes you want to be involved in it.
The coolest thing is watching the video of all the clones, and you know which clone is which. Like, you've become so accustomed to specific clones. That was why, like, when I got my new clone, I made it like I had bought it that day, and I switched PFPs quick because I wanted to start getting this clone attributed to me and who I am. I don't know if you guys remember my old one, but you could go through those videos now and you could watch them all, and you'll go, that's Johnny, that's Dre, that's Tevi, that's freaking Subscribe. You just know the clones, bro. I think it's cool as shit. Kuro's, like, I don't know. I see a bean, he's literally the only orange reptile I know. Kuro's an easy one. I don't know any other orange reptiles. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know Randy has one, but the day he busts that out, bro, damn. If he ever changes from a Suzuki PFP back to a clone.
Anything is possible. Remember, Randy was with us first. They always come back.
Do that though?
Yeah, they do actually. Do you know how many of them have bought clones in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, I'm sure they're buying the.
I would fact check yourself before you try and fact check me, bro. Because I've been outside. I'm here every day from fucking whenever I wake up to whenever I go to sleep, which is probably never. And I'm out here promoting, bro. I don't give a shit, okay? Listen, I have one very simple statement, okay? I gotta find this fucking audio device.
If I've learned anything, it's that people like to wear their most expensive watches out, and that's when. So when clones floor is a little higher, people will start switching their profile pictures back because it's cool then.
This is my manifesto and my commitment to unite the Suzuki and Artifact communities, to create a revolution by any means.
See, I'm a rocket clone.
That's crazy.
I'm a rocket clone PFP no matter what the floor price is. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, everyone used to tell me, yo, take that offer on your clone. Take that offer on your clone. Guess what? I still have my clone. And I have the fucking sickest PFP on fucking Twitter. Hands down. I don't give a shit what anyone says. The day when I add the Zuki spirit to my fucking PFP and I got 3 fucking assets in one PFP, that's the day we're getting dunks. Okay? We're getting dunks.
I'm looking forward to that day, Kuro.
Bro, even if it takes 10 years, I don't give a shit. We're going to have those dunks with the screens on it, with the upgradable fucking screens, with the fucking... Bro, I dream about fucking evolving those shoes every fucking night. Yo, could you imagine stepping out of the crib, okay? And one day, you're half angel, half demon.
I have thought about this, Kuro. I already have. And,
bro,
yeah.
Then when I can design my own thing every single day on these things and then upload it myself to the outfit that I'm wearing that day, like, that's where it's like, yo, it's over. right? I'm wearing one shoe and I just design a new one every day. Upload, click, done, out, let's go.
But I mean,
Create a
it's like
revolution by
the
any
switching
fucking
on the
means.
go, right? Like that's why I think those screens are so powerful. Like if it plays out the way I'm imagining it, and that's essentially what you're saying, Kuro and Johnny, right? But it's like your app, you can basically upload, you know, whatever little capsule that you have, right? Like you can buy one from the community, upload it, and then it displays on your shoe. And you know, if you want to go super casual, you can. If you want to do something crazy fancy, you can. And then you throw AR on top of it, right? Where like the screens display just like the basic animation or design, but then like what who is it? Is it Tetra? Yeah, Tetra who does where on the clothes.
OD
Yeah, yeah.
Labs. Bro, I wasn't thinking about that. What if Nike was smart enough to realize that Artifact could also have its own luxury clothing incubator? Bro, you know how fat my fucking Nike, bro, $106. Let's go to fucking 1,000, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. $1,000 fucking Nike stock, bro. And then I get to fucking retire. Holy shit, bro. Listen, man. I'm pumping Nike until the day I die. I don't
Yo, I
care.
wanted to connect to Luxo, so hopefully I can make some dividends off that, and it'll be just fucking rotating. I don't have any Nike stock, so let's pump Luxo, bro. Like I'm
I mean, I
can
was
pump.
gonna say Nike.
Bro, I'm not even an influencer. You asking the wrong guy, bro. I just come on here to pump my Nike bags, okay?
It's going to 90. I'm
To
gonna buy a
fuck
90.
around and find out with my
Like
clone.
let's fud Nike a little bit more. I'll hop in with you.
No, 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 bro. I pumped that shit to $106, bro. It's only up season, bro. It's only up season, bro.
It's the Green
They take
Day,
over the
Kuro.
luxury apparel
Let's wait
market
for a red day.
and they have an incubator. Fucking Nike wins. That means I
Yo,
win. That means that you don't have to hear this bullshit
I'm more
from me all
excited
the
about
time.
Virgin Galactic. It went up 40%. Tevi, tell them about Virgin Galactic.
I went up 50%, not 40.
No, no, no.
But
Nike. Tell me
we're gonna
about
keep it on
Nike.
that.
What do you know
Like I
about
don't
Nike?
like I here. Listen, we
Bro, Azuki Spirit dunks.
but
Bro.
next week though, you know, going back to Nike and what's going on in the ecosystem, like next week, the 20th, we get to find out what's going on with the Air Maxes and Fortnite. So that's gonna be super exciting. That's another thing. Like it's these little breadcrumbs, and
That's gonna be so cool.
it's gonna be epic.
Yo, come catch these feet. I got some.
Yo, that was a good pun. That was a good dad joke, Tevi. Happy Father's Day for that one. You just fathered one of the best jokes in this space for the day, bro. That was good.
Wait, let's do it. Let's pull
It's
subscribe. Let's all make some predictions real quick. Here's let's pull subscribe. It's recorded. Let's make some predictions. My prediction is there's going to be some banking collapses soon. The government's going to step in under the guise of protecting everybody, and they're going to implement their Fed Now payment system in the next few weeks, next month or so. It's supposed to launch in July, but they need a reason to really push it. So they need some banking collapses. They need a little bit of martial law when everybody rushes to go get money, and they need a reason to bring in their Fed Now payment system. Their CBDCs. Okay, you guys go. That's recorded.
See what we need
That's
to
my
do. We
yeah.
need to talk to some Russians and Chinese people and like just tend to the bricks and be like, yo, we need these Air Force Ones, and then like we're gonna shield them Air Force Ones. The dot swoosh is the next meta pigeon, so we're gonna get some more assets that's gonna just go to the moon.
That wasn't a prediction. What's your prediction? You know, I always say I called it. Like let's hear it right now.
I got nothing to
Oh,
call. You made some bold predictions, so let's stick to that.
okay.
Listen, the stock market is already nearing all-time high. They already paused. The whole bank collapse thing. They've been banks have collapsed. Everything you said is gonna happen on a slower scale. But regardless of how you look at it, next year they're cutting rates. They might do it sooner. But either way, I think all that stuff is happening regardless. So I don't even think it's not even a prediction. It's just like looking at the direction things are going from a cyclical standpoint. So
Yo, have you guys seen Hershey? I mentioned this earlier, but it's been fucking just going. It never went down. Like, bro, everything goes down, but Hershey just go up. Like, can we like partner up Air Force Ones with chocolates? Let's make some chocolate shoes, bro. God damn.
People like their chocolate. It's like McDonald's. That stock is pretty resilient.
So that's Subscribe's
I
prediction.
own it. I don't eat it though.
Out of everything we could have picked, we got chocolate shoes. Okay. Kiro, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with buying the McDonald's, but just don't eat it. It's not good for you. Uh, yeah, that stuff is not good for you. Don't eat it. But definitely buy the stock. Definitely buy the stock, but buy Nike first. Um, you guys got it fucked up.
This is such a random conversation.
Got off the road real quick. Wow. I give everybody a chance to make some predictions coming up so they can say they called it. And Subscribe said we're getting chocolate shoes. Like that's I don't want to hear it. Next major event that happens and Subscribe says I called that. Nope. Nope.
Aliens are coming, dude. They're gonna actually like show the aliens, bro. They're showing the aliens before 2025. We're gonna get to see the ship. It's gonna be on the news. They're gonna show. It might not be real. It might be a hologram. This might
Yeah.
all be a psyop, but they're gonna show it. It's gonna be public information. It's not gonna be a question anymore. People are gonna question things, but they're not gonna question the aliens. They're gonna know that they're here. We're not alone. It's
Are
coming.
they gonna use
Uh,
are they gonna use the aliens and the hologram as a guise to maybe pass some bills, to maybe take some more of your rights?
It's
In
all
the name
about the
of
bills, baby.
freedom. In the name of freedom, we have to protect you guys.
Yo,
Eh,
all I know is they have unknown technology inside of the Temple of Solomon, and that's all I'm going to say.
yo, that's Kuro. Wow.
Upsy's talking Project Bluebeam. He
It's
knows
quickly
Project.
turning
Pushing
into
big
like a
bodies can't stop me.
Yo,
I know
conspiracy.
that.
you guys know what ferroliquids are? Like the ones that have iron in it and shit.
You mean the
No.
clone?
I seen some crazy in my life. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, comp. I will entertain you. Here's my prediction. Right, I think here's my prediction. I would say by the end or as we cross into 2030 and beyond. I don't think no. So I kind of agree with Rupsy, and I don't know if he was joking or not, but I'm gonna say that by the end of this decade, we will officially make contact with extraterrestrial life. Whichever the way they spin it, whether it's intelligent and sentient or not, or where it's not going to be micro based, right? I think it's going to be like actual full on creature all the way up to sentient humanoid type. And the reason for that is you need something to help humanity rally as one. And again, whichever way they spin it, I don't really know or if whatever, but I think that will be a thing. So if we're,
They've already
if we're supposed to make it
everything.
to Mars by what did Elon say? I think it's before the decade is up. They're looking to do that. The moon's coming up. The moon mission, I think, is before the decade is up. And they are already planning a mission to, I believe it's one, what is it, Jupiter or one of the other planets in the solar system that NASA is looking to go explore. So yeah, I'm gonna say 2030 aliens will be full on revealed, not just conspiracy. It'll be like, yep, we made contact. It's all over the news, all over the world, and it's a thing. So that's my prediction on the space batic tonight.
Can can I just add to the alien thing real quick because I want to further elaborate on my prediction and make an even bolder prediction here, and say that when the aliens come, that's when Will Smith will finally make his return to grace, and he will save the world by taking over the U.S. Air Force, jumping in those fighter jets, and fucking them aliens up, dude. And he's coming back, bro. Will Smith coming back by the end of the decade to take on the aliens. That's how he's coming back to start. Write it down, jot it
Dude,
down,
Jeff
lock it
Goldblum
up.
better be with him.
It's so sad that conspiracy theorists have to like use humor so that people don't think they're crazy when now like they're not crazy. Tevi, just so you know that the Congress has already disclosed that we've been in contact with aliens for 50, 60, 70 years. We've already been working with them and they're having congressional hearings on it already. So you're right in a sense, except it's already
Yeah,
happened.
well, I've seen some of those hearings, right? But I don't think, well, and I haven't been following super close if I'm being completely honest. But I did see a couple of videos where they're like, yeah, we've made contact. Now I'm talking about like Independence Day style aliens either show up or we show up on their doorstep, one of the other. And it's like, again, clear as day. Like this is not like past experiences or dead ships or whatever. This is like full on. They're here. We're looking at them. They're looking at us or whatever, right? And that's like live audio, live video, or IRL. You're looking at in the sky and there's a big ass ship, right? One of those things. So that's what I'm talking about. So
The theory that you're describing and kind of what Rupsy is describing is something called Project Bluebeam, where the government finally like shows the aliens they're in the sky. They call them a threat, and they use the threat of the aliens to create like a martial law, like a one world kind of government to
Why is
protect us
everybody talking about this? Kuro just mentioned the Tower
from
of Babel. Like, man, the separation of all these different languages is now becoming one. Uh, uh,
so that what you're saying. Tevi's actually right, bro. Tevi knows that he's done his research, and Rupsy's definitely right. Those are both good predictions. I don't know about the Tower of Babel though. I need to learn more about that, Kiro.
Yeah, the Temple of Solomon. It has some weird shit in it, some floating shit, and some other shit in it, and it's in Jerusalem, and it's not a great place.
I can only imagine being in the audience right now. You came in to hear about clones and Nike, and you're getting stories about aliens and more aliens. And
Yeah,
secret.
Rupsy, you were definitely right there, bro. You
No,
jumped.
no,
I don't know anything about aliens. I
Oh
think
man,
these quote unquote aliens are just humans, and there's more to this shit than they're telling us. That's what I think
somebody
personally.
needs to come up here
But
and
I'm usually wrong,
change the
at
subject.
least
I'm surprised Dre hasn't.
not,
24 hours a day.
nobody comes in here to talk for 4 hours about clones and artifact every time. We can talk about other
No, I
subjects.
love it. The
yo,
We
only
have,
thing
I want to.
is that I will go. Man, listen, there. If we're gonna talk about aliens and stuff, man, like there's some pretty cool stuff out there that we can get into. Um,
Post that shit in the comments. Let's get the algorithm going.
aliens make people uncomfortable now, then they got an issue because the government is literally admitting that they're real. They're showing it all over the news now, and the fact that they're showing it all over the news is kind of wild to me. So anybody who still like is in denial now that the government is telling you, yeah, it's a little wild.
I feel like I have some catching up to do with
Okay.
the official. Like I said, I've heard of the hearings and some of the files being unlocked and all that stuff, but I really honestly haven't like sat down and watched a ton of on it. But maybe I should, because but I just overall love space and the vastness of it, and like I think it's one of the moons of Jupiter that actually has a full ocean, like a full planetary ocean on it. There's obviously the icy crust around, but underneath you have volcanic activities, right? So the theory is that, and I should also mention that it has geysers powerful enough to like project like water into space. And one of our probes has gone past it. They've captured water samples from that, and there is a mission plan to go back. I think it's either before the decade is up or early next decade. The reason for that mission is because it is believed that if there is life out there, that would be a prime location, as you have a full planetary ocean and it's warm and volcanic activity, so you could have life form um, grow and thrive in that environment. So yeah, man, like there's pretty cool stuff out there. um I'll yeah, anyways.
I don't know nothing about Jupiter. I'm talking about Earth. Well, there's
So we
probably
have
I don't.
a hologram of Virgil Abloh and have like all the archive with him, like just use AR on the face and everything, and maybe some deep fake and be like, yo, he's alive. Like Tupac, you know, when they did a hologram of Tupac?
Yeah, Coachella.
And then put him on Jupiter, and then it'll be dope. We can tend to Tevi ideas.
No, dude, they have some pretty crazy hologram technology now. That Coachella was like 2017 or 2016. I remember seeing the videos. It was pretty crazy. I've seen a couple like music venues that use holograms in the sky, like as visuals as well. They can do anything with it. What's up, Dre Millie? How was dinner? He's not done with dinner. I smell they're getting made right now, actually. Shauna has all her friends over and they're cooking something.
The silence. I don't know if we're so yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in this world that we don't know about. Um, Maybe it's like some evolutionary thing. We've crossed some sort of threshold and we're now able to handle it, and we're capable of mentally decompressing what's going on around us, and probably
You think the government feels that we're at a level now where they can tell us these things?
yeah. I think like they think that people are going to either accept it or run in fear or fight it. I think that they have like a three-prong vector going on here, and they're gonna try and see if there's any divergence or if everyone just goes to one option or another option. Um, Personally, I'm fighting, so if it comes down to it, and yeah, I'm not gonna give up. Fuck
What's
that shit.
Is it
what's
just me or
There,
YouTube?
there will be zero compliance from me, personally.
what I've learned? I guess what I've learned is that now in the last 3 years is that whenever the media is trying to tell you something, you have to look behind it and see what is not being told. So now that they're starting to talk about aliens and they're disclosing this shit in Las Vegas and they're starting to disclose these things, I go, yeah, yeah, we already knew all this. Now, what are you trying to hide behind? Now that they're telling us it, what else is being done in the background? Do you know what I'm saying?
I I
That's
think the Earth is ready for harvest, and it's just human beings like ourselves, but that are much more advanced, that are fucking coming back, and they're not taking my clone, so they can kiss my ass.
no, I'm just talking about mainstream media in general. I guess if anybody in here still trusts mainstream media, please come up and let me know why. But that's what I mean. As soon as I start talking about something, I always just naturally now, after being lied to for so many years from like mainstream media channels, is why I get my news from Twitter and other social media platforms. I always go, why are you telling us this? What else is being done in the background that you're trying to keep our attention on this specific story? Like, I don't ever take the stories at face value. That's what I'm saying.
Whoa, what happened? Everybody left. There's only...
Did you see
Bro,
that?
the algorithm picked it up and was like, "Nope, we ain't talking about this."
The
Oh,
algorithm?
shit, they're back.
No, bro. The algorithm just booted 25 people straight.
That was crazy. Am I the only person that saw that?
No, I saw it, dude.
Bro, that's I don't know, but like YouTube and Instagram been crazy as well. Like they've been every time I look, there's something spiritual or like they talking about aliens, freaking talking about the sky, the orange sky that you mentioned, and I'm like, why are they putting this up? You know, usually they hide this shit,
What
but
did I?
it's
What did I?
weird.
What keyword did I just say that just booted 25 people? Like, what did? Can we listen back and see what I said?
Yo, my mic is on. I can't turn it off. What the fuck is going on?
No, you. I'm not saying this is a conspiracy theory, but I for sure said something that just booted 25 people.
Did you piss off like the Miladies again? Like
No, no, bro.
I can't.
As soon as your face is starting to have
What?
a complicated conversation about
Yo,
they're
what
that's
the
not
fuck?
bro. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
He started talking about the news. He started talking about whatever what was on the news was the opposite. So yeah,
Anybody
monkeys.
listening that got booted? If anybody listening who got booted can come up and tell me what just happened, please let me know what happened on your end because it just went from 28 people to 5 people in here in an instant.
We're still 28 people, so it might just be your phone.
No,
Lon,
No, it
Lon.
said the same thing on my screen too, and then it wouldn't let me unmute
I
for a
can
bit.
see everyone still.
No. It went from 40 to 11, and now back to
Yep.
28. So it was like people got abducted. Come on.
they all
Hey, listen. You don't even know.
see what happens is what did I was talking Johnny, I was saying this is why I don't trust mainstream media. This is why they don't want us to have these social medias to be able to communicate with each other. And then everybody gets booted.
I just pinned at the top. If anybody wants to learn more about Europa, that's a start. Like it's a short video. You can go look at it, and then you can go down that rabbit hole if you want. But there is a mission to Europa at some point in the not too distant future.
What is Europa? Is that
Yeah, and
like
then they're gonna
Earth?
tell us that they have faster than light travel already.
Oh, you guys are time traveling now. Kuro, are you a time traveler? Did Baron Trump teach you about the time travel?
Who?
Did you read the book, bro? That
What?
apparently time travel. Kuro, do you time travel?
I
Have you
have no idea what you're talking about now. This is ridiculous.
or have you
I was talking about shit on Earth. I don't know anything about anything else.
Oh man, Kuro said that shit is ridiculous.
I put that every plausible conspiracy theory that we brought up, Subscribe feels uncomfortable with them, but he likes the really crazy ones like chocolate shoes and and whatever else he said. But if it's shit that like might be real, he goes, "Oh, I don't know, don't talk about that." Um,
If I've learned anything, is that Subscribe isn't comfortable with hyping up clones because we don't want the floor price to climb too quick and or people to buy in and then it drops. He doesn't like that. So do not hype and get on the hopium for clones. And apparently, he also, if you're talking about aliens and all that stuff, that's too crazy. So don't talk about that. I think that's
I think at this point, aliens is the least of a conspiracy theory that there could possibly be. Like the least. It's like not even. It doesn't even count as a conspiracy theory anymore. Like we have new ones that are more so conspiracy.
Well, like the dimensions. Like how much dimensions do we have? Did Tesla like bring us into another dimension? Like, did he figure that out with the magnetic poles
Wait,
and
what was Nikola Tesla murdered though? What was he on the verge of figuring out? What was he going to show us?
he was gonna show us the Air Force Ones?
He was trying to create electricity,
He had,
self-sustaining electricity.
yeah, he had created electricity from the atmosphere. Like he was able to pull electricity from the atmosphere.
the diesel people didn't like it.
Yeah, big oil and the gas companies don't like when you get too close to that. The
That
fact that
was information
Well,
that
it's just
was
like our
already
water
pulled in.
purified. Right? It's
Dre's
just
here
like
for the
how 80% of our planet is made of water, but yet like we can't get purified water, but yet it costs nothing to purify it. Come on.
But the pyramids, the way the pyramids are set up and built, they created their own electricity as well. They generated their own electricity. All that stuff is mathematics, depending on where pyramids are built around the world, and
Yeah,
the lines on the earth that they placed on. That's what creates the electricity. So all of this was stuff that Tesla was tapping into, and they nixed it. Y'all hear about the dude who's creating like water-powered vehicles? Nixed him. Anybody who did anything that went against status quo, that interrupt like big pharma or the oil companies, yoinked. All the homies who got created these crypto markets that we've seen throughout the years just get yoinked up, and everybody just acts like it don't happen and continues to don't bat an eye. Like same situation, yoinked. Do anything innovative that's out of the pocket and taken away from Big Brother, yoinked. But let me stop before I get
So
All I'm gonna plug is go watch Ancient Aliens on the Discovery Channel. Um, it's fascinating. It's not even like it's not even like
Yo, they disappeared again. Tevi.
yeah, everybody just got booted again.
oh snap. All right, maybe it's time for me to go.
Right, talking about free energy here. One of the main reasons that the government has had a hard time disclosing the type of alien technology that we've found is because none of it runs on fossil fuel. All that energy and everything they're reverse engineering is electromagnetic or gravity based propulsion. And if the people, us, found out that there was another form of energy out there that was completely free, the fossil fuel industry would collapse overnight. We would demand it. If they were able to reverse engineer something that didn't require fossil fuel, we would demand it 100%. So this is one of the big reasons that it's not disclosed until like, coming up here soon. Gray Mill got booted too. Got to get him back there. See that guy? Everybody got booted
Yoink.
again. Start talking about free energy. You get yoinked out the
Oh
space real.
man, like real talk.
We gotta
I'm
talk
actually a
about the
little
North
worried
and
about
South.
this, man. It's like,
What's in the North Pole, Tevi?
I don't know, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. I feel like
No, it's not the North Pole you have to worry about. It's the Antarctic Treaty that was signed back in the 60s. Why nobody can travel to Antarctica.
That's a
Why
fact.
does
Bro, everybody's gonna hate the clones,
That's a
man.
fact. No,
They're
that's
gonna
a
start
fact.
hating.
All right, but you know what? If y'all want to tie it all together for real, bring it all back around, this is something that's never really discussed, but it's undeniable as well. Think about the six DNAs or eight DNAs of clones, right? Think about it's a lot of symbolism that goes along
nah,
all of this
we gotta
stuff.
stop you, Dre. We gotta stop you. Like I feel like we're getting too close to like
See,
dangerous topics.
see,
Dangerous topics. I don't want to. We should keep. Not
it's
just kidding.
it's real. But
But
it's
I'm
all
worried now. Like I'm not.
you know what I'm
look,
saying. I
Tevi's
won't take it any further than that. But think about the symbolism that goes along with everything that ties into all these conversations we having right now.
About the reptilians and the aliens and the angels and the demons and the humans and the world and the merging worlds and
Tevi's a part
I
of the
think
censorship.
can
What's up?
can we just agree that Will Smith is gonna save us all? I mean, can we just agree on that? If anything,
I
like when
think
it does go
Will
down,
Smith is too busy trying to save himself, man. He's going through his own thing.
that's how he saves himself is by saving everybody else. That's
Uh,
how he does it.
yo, the
every
Titans. What are those? Are those the undead? What
uh,
are the
all the
Titans?
people in Hollywood already sold their souls, bro. They're done for. The Illuminati's got them on a string. What's up, Shadow?
Hey, except for Keanu Reeves, man, he hasn't sold nothing, bro.
And Mel Gibson, bro. He watch them,
Yeah,
bro.
Shadow does not want to get involved with this conversation. I
Hey,
think we,
No, he
actually,
already knows. He
actually,
we
just
need
brought
to
it
look,
up.
look,
we
look,
need to
look.
pivot.
Yo, he
Yo,
got an orange square. He about to boot you
No,
guys.
I'm
Watch out.
trying to get
pivot.
rid of this
Time to
damn
pivot.
orange square. I put in
I
three
think this
emails.
is an IRL discussion. I feel like all this is recorded. It will be used against you in a court of law. And
Oh no,
there's no better way to FUD clones and cause it to like crash to link it to some conspiracy theories. And the next thing you know, the whole project is yoinked. We don't need that. So
Yoink.
Hey, but no,
time
seriously
to
though.
pivot. Pivot.
No, seriously though.
And I can even count on Subscribe to do it because he's full
Can
on
Tevi hear me?
there. As long as you don't talk about his Hershey chocolate, he's good with it.
Tevi can't hear me, bro.
wait, what conspiracy theory are you talking about? Aliens? It's not even a conspiracy theory anymore.
Yeah, didn't they right before COVID? They said it was real, right? It's not a conspiracy theory anymore.
Wait, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can, Shadow. Tevi's just trying to make sure you don't talk about nothing crazy. I don't think you will though.
Oh no, I was. I was. Uh, I was gonna
Believe
say
this is
there was
enough
a
internet.
there was
Rupsy, you got me on the boxing
there,
stuff, so I'm gonna go train.
there was a respected.
Hey, speaking of boxing stuff, Dre, you ready for boxing tomorrow, 7:30 in the morning? I'll just drop you the location.
Maybe our
We got wraps for you. We got gloves for you, bro. It's an hour long. No big deal. I'm gonna hit it out before I go to work tomorrow. So come on, let's get it.
Man told me at 8:17 at night. Definitely won't be there.
But no. Seriously, I did want to just say this, bro. There was a respected general, right? I don't know if y'all talked about this part. Back in the day, he was in the military. He was decorated, and he said beyond the Alaskan borders were lush green lands, very lush green lands, like the most luscious lands he's ever seen. This dude was well respected. He was not crazy, and like almost immediately after that, all of a sudden Antarctica is closed off to everyone. So whatever's going on in Antarctica, and then apparently
His
on
name.
Google, it's been slowly but surely phasing out Antarctica from the like Google map or whatever you call that, Google Earth stuff. And yeah, they just want you to think it's all barren ice that's frozen over. Uh,
It's his name is Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd.
there we go. Yeah.
Down there to map Antarctica, and they found a ton more land, and they haven't let anybody back since.
Hey, let's all.
They said said the Stargate is up in Antarctica, bro. One of them.
Hey, I used to growing up, man. I used to want to go through the military just so I can learn secrets. But then I slowly realized that's a really dumb excuse of joining up in the military if you're only doing it just so you can climb the ranks so you can learn about secrets of the world. But
So the military practices compartmentalization. So even it's so compartmentalized, and they only like need everything's on a need to know. So there's not anything you actually get to learn. So you literally learn what's in your realm of need to know, and nothing outside. Like Shauna had a top secret with special clearances, but there's 38 known levels of top secret, like 38 known levels of compartments. And she was on the first couple levels, and she only was able to know what she was need to know. So there's levels above Congress, bro. There's levels above the president. There's shit the president doesn't even get to know because they come in and out every 4 years. Like it's detrimental to national security for them to know everything.
well, yeah,
So
but no, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be that person. I remember what it was. It was that first Transformers movie. I was like in middle school or high school, something like that. 2008, I think, is when it came out. And I was like, I want to be that person in the military that they call and they're like, look, some crazy ass shit just landed on Earth. What do we need to do? And I just want to be that person just so I can know what the fuck is going on. But that's not right enough reasons to sign up for the military. I was just being a stupid kid. But yeah.
bro, I'll tell you right now, you don't know shit when you're in the military, dude. I was there. I was stationed in South Korea, and one time we had alarms go off because a rocket came over from North Korea, and they had us all in our tanks, full kit, ready to rock, and starting to
Tanks?
hand out ammo.
What you talking about, tanks?
Bro, but we had no idea why, bro. They don't tell you why either. It's like, come on,
Oh, get the
get in.
tank. The tank. What tank?
Yeah,
Bro, that's crazy, bro. What an experience.
they don't
That's a crazy
get shit.
experience, bro.
How's him? He always sound like he's speaking to us from a cassette tape.
Fuck, bro. I think it's just, you know what it is?
I have no idea what it is. It always sounds like he's speaking from like an 8-track machine. Like you recorded your takes and you play them when you speak.
Hey, did y'all get y'all remote bags?
Hell no, they rugged us.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Damn, and
They got lost at the post office?
Nah, just the influencers got it so far.
Rug. Did anyone get one? I haven't seen one on the timeline at all.
Bro, that's so funny. You been hopping up your bag. You haven't got it yet, Millie?
I ain't get a damn thing.
Hey!
I got a notification saying it was coming today, and it didn't come today.
Hey,
So I got a whole lot of disappointment and despair.
I don't know what y'all are doing, but I would not trust them to bring that to your door. Every time I order something that's over 1K, I always reroute it to the first place is going to hit in my city, which is like a FedEx or UPS, damn it starts with a D. It's that huge warehouse where they separate all the mail before it goes on the trucks or before it goes to another facility to go on trucks. I need it as soon as it comes into my city. I drive 25 minutes away and I pick it up at the source. A lot of people don't even know you can do that. But yeah, fuck that. I don't want my packages changing 3 different hands and 3 different trucks just to get to.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. For some reason, I trust my UPS man.
Hey, I
UPS guy.
trust
Thanks,
my
man.
UPS man too until I bought a what is those watches called? I used to collect these the Invictus. Thank
Invicta.
you. I always fucked up on that word. I got into those watches, man. I was buying 400, and then I bought this one. I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna spend 1,500 on this one. I really liked it. Waited for that shit for like 3 weeks, and then I got that email. Oh, we're sorry, we lost it. What? The fuck's my watch at, man? And it ends up being some type of like the I'm not saying your local mailman is the same, but where I live at, these guys, if they know something's good inside of your box, it mysteriously always gets stolen. So yeah.
Yeah. I always hear horror stories, especially in the sneaker world, about FedEx men just taking the boxes, ripping them open, and sending people home with like the dusty shoes. Like the FedEx man to take his shoes off of his feet and put them in the box and
Bro, we
just
don't
keep the new
we don't have that
shoes.
problem in Australia, bro.
I never had that
You
problem
guys have that
either
over there?
in
Hey,
life. Nah, I never dealt with that here or with any of my experiences with shipping. And I shipped out tons of stuff. I bought Remors before. I got like Supreme Remors
Shit,
and
bro. That's what happened to your remote bag today, bro. It ain't come. Yes, I'm Dre Millie.
no,
Where do I
no.
sign?
I mean, that's not what happened. Don't you dare speak that stuff out. That's
That's what
not
we're
what happened.
talking about, bro. Everything aligns.
No, no, this does not align. I rebuke this.
This guy freaking out now.
No, I rebuke this.
Manifest,
No, they
manifest.
just they sent it out. They updated the tracking and it just hasn't been shipped yet. Thank you
Has
very
it been
much.
shipped from like Nike, or is it still getting shipped from China?
Ramoa's shipping it. Nike has nothing to do with this.
Ah, sweet, beautiful. That's better.
You know what I mean?
hey man.
Because the way I'd have.
All I'm saying is that happened. That was the biggest one they took, and then the UPS that was FedEx, and then the UPS guy. And I have this all on camera. Basically, I ordered some collector editions. House Harry Potter. We're big Harry Potter fans. Each one of these wands were $250 a piece. It had Harry Potter on the logo. It came inside of one of those like bubble wrap envelopes because these wands are not super big, but they were curated, wrapped, packaged, all the other stuff. The UPS guy, he normally gets out the truck immediately, comes up the staircase, drops it off, and he goes. This time the truck was sitting outside for like 5 minutes on camera. Then he came upstairs, and I kid you not, this dude dropped a open envelope like bubble wrap shit. You can tell it was just tore open on one end, and it was empty. He's like when he dropped it, it floated to the ground, and then this motherfucker gonna leave, bro. That pissed me off so much, man. Yeah, I don't trust mail people, bro. I'm sorry.
I feel you. If I went through those experiences, I wouldn't trust them either. I've had some good experiences with mine. So up until the day I gotta pull out the
Remote
joint
bag.
and point on them, I'll be good. No, it's gonna be fun, man. I'll have my remote bag before the Vegas trip on Friday, and I'm gonna bring it with me everywhere I go. You know?
There it
Answer
is.
that. Answer that. I mean, somebody's at the door.
That's your door.
No, I'm good. We got the Lord over here on my door.
Hey, but I'm here. Everybody's remote bags. I just have bad experiences, man. I live in
As
bad
soon as,
neighborhoods too.
Tebby comes back up, start talking conspiracy
Nah,
again.
bro. Like we need to
ASAP.
stop. Because listen, this is why I didn't get my bag today.
Heavy.
What worries about? Tell me what you're worried about.
No, like this is a good conversation. No, I feel bad for Shadow, man. Like I would have been mad too if somebody stole my stuff right in front of me on camera.
And,
But
and,
anyway,
and when I sent that to them, by the way, because I sent this in, I said, "Yo, this person, whoever delivered the package, I started a whole claim. I called the like main UPS Central, whatever. I don't even remember at this point. And I was like, look, I got video proof that this person stole it. And so basically, they just called me back and was like, oh well." we can refund up to this amount, but since you didn't pay for the extra, we can only refund up to $500, and it costs plus tax because it came from the UK. It costs like over $1,000, but shipping and handling added on another 100. So yeah, that shit pissed me off, man. Buy insurance. Always buy insurance.
Yeah, if you're shipping internationally, you always got to buy the insurance. That's a given.
Hey, yo, Tevy, how long did it take you to request and get up? How quick was it? How many seconds?
Maybe like 5, 6 seconds. It wasn't too bad.
Bro, Compound is on, bro. Shout out to Bad Tech, bro. Compound's always holding it down, bro. Took me
Compound's holding it down
6
for
seconds
real.
the
It took
first
me like
time, then I got put
5 seconds to get
down,
up
and then
too.
3 seconds the second time. I was like, damn, my boy's quick, bro. My boy quick. Shout out to Compound, hey, for real.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, man. But
Out here eating some.
so Dre, did you get an updated email on being like they? Because I know a few people get an email saying it got rescheduled. I still haven't gotten one. So I'm sitting here.
I got an email and a text saying it got
Oh
rescheduled.
snap! They're not even talking to me at all. Then, like, I don't even have an email saying, "Hey, your stuff got rescheduled and moved around."
It said the delivery date will be provided as soon as
Oh
possible.
yeah, I got that one, but that's the same email from like a few days ago. I don't have it. It still shows for like I think that was the 15th that I got that one. But it still had the delivery for today.
I got the delivery for today text yesterday, and it said it'll be here between 1:30 and 5:30. Then this morning at 6 a.m. I got a updated email saying that it will be updated once it's sent out, and I got a text saying that too. So
Oh, yeah, no. Scheduled delivery 6/16 Friday. So 1:15 to 5:15. Well, we're past that. All right. Well, we'll wait.
Who's shipping him? Artifact or from
No,
Ramon,
Ramon?
Ramon.
straight from Ramon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If that's from Ramon, that's fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, I'm kind of getting FOMO,
Well,
eh?
I don't know if it's fire
That's
if
fire.
if we all were supposed to like they didn't come out, but it's. I mean, honestly, it's like it's not that even that big of a deal. They'll be here because everything says that they have the label created and everything. It's just hasn't moved yet.
Yeah.
Nah, I just gotta fight Artifact, bro. I gotta get these clones to 1 ETH, bro. I'm sorry, I just gotta do what I gotta do.
Where are the clones nowadays? Like where are they?
They're on their way.
It's okay. I'm
Hey,
trying to
there.
go look.
What? What's
Let
up?
me go look at the floor price.
Kuro's ready, bro. Kuro's ready. He won't let it get down to 1.4.
I just need to know if any angels are, because they ain't moving.
Bro, that top hat Murakami, that was fire, bro.
Oh, the one
And
that Beetle picked up?
Hey,
here's the one I showed you was it's crazy. I was like, what's that? What's that doing there? Wake up! Oh yeah, that's better.
hey, angels are grails, man. Shadow angels are grails. You know it.
Damn, look at your
I
one.
will
Your one's
see
fire.
this, man. Y'all sure.
You must love your.
Yo, I love Hemi's energy tonight, bro. Make me feel so good, dude. Gas me up, baby. Gas
No,
me.
I'm just actually looking. But I'm just staring at all these clones, and I'm looking at mine, and I probably got the worst PFP in the room. But it's like, man, all these. Shout out to my clones, bro.
Your clone is there. Your angel, bro. I don't want to see anybody else with that angel you used to rock.
Look at your
Yeah,
angel now, bro. I can't believe
it's
it.
Hemi, your angels are listed right now for 9 right now.
I'm
Are you gonna try to get that back the same one, or are you gonna get a different one? Are you eyeing other ones?
To be honest, I'm eyeing the aliens. If I'm gonna be honest, but
Aliens, really?
don't.
yeah,
Real?
I was. Do you know I was supposed? I literally could have had an alien, a chick. There was one for sale for 35. Because I did the math. If I
I
get
saw
it,
her. The
yeah,
short hair one.
yeah,
Yeah, and now it's back up to what, like 60 now or something like that. He like was having a moment of like, I want to get rid of this thing as fast as I can. Then immediately went back up to like 60 or 80 or wherever it is now.
yeah. Someone threw an offer on a 80 ETH alien for 50 ETH, and then he was scared that it actually might have sold for 35. So yeah, I had 24 hours to get it, and because I did some trades, and I got the ETH. It's crazy, but yeah, when I come up and said, I'm thinking about getting an alien clone. I came up, it was like a month ago, And I asked these, I didn't get any response. I was like, oh fuck, I better not. But anyway, yeah, the aliens. I'm aliens.
Why aliens? Have you always wanted to be an alien, or are you
No, I
just
always
obsessed?
wanted to have heaps of clones, but now I'm thinking it like if I was to get it for 35, the next season, probably next year, I'd be able to forge maybe an Air Force One season 2, and if it's an alien, and it'd be worth like I could sell them. I'd get two because of the 60, like the Air Force Ones. I could sell them for 10 ETH each. So that's 20 ETH, and then I'm pretty much getting an alien for 15 ETH. And then if I want to sell the whole season collection of clothes, I'd probably profit say 5 ETH, and then I've just paid 10 ETH for 10 ETH for a alien clone. That's how I thought about it.
My man's got it figured out.
My man
Yeah.
keep counting money that he don't have, bro. I keep telling you, man, it might not even be a season 2, and this whole thing is out the window. But you know what?
Nah, bro. We got
I,
we
I
got
don't.
Fortnite in the picture now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
definitely gonna be season 2.
yeah. You know what? I'm
Season
not even
7
gonna.
Fortnite collection.
I
Season
ain't even gonna
3
say nothing.
Fortnite.
What I saying now sounds like hating. So you know what, baby?
I
You
need
right.
FUD. I need to FUD the market, bro. I need to pick up some clones cheap, bro. If they're like, oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be funny because I'm even thinking, man, I might just go stack up on just eggs because pulling it was so fun. You know what I mean? And just having that bound, like like the identity and and that's the worst part, bro. You get connected to these NFTs. Like I love my angel, but I just feel if I had the rights to use it, I definitely want it, but I don't because it's Murakami, and that's another thing that's like, I really do look at it as a financial investment, but I do love attaching to it as well. But if I don't have the rights to it, I feel like it's that governance where I don't own it. So, yeah, I'll probably just get the eggs because, man, if it's Pokemon, it's crazy, bro. And at the price, I think it's some of them are selling. What are the eggs at now? 0.36. I've seen this wrapped offers. I'm thinking that's cheap. And if we go down more, imagine picking up eggs for like 0.2.
Let's
That's
let's
crazy.
let's take bets and put them on the record. Since earlier we were kind of doing that. How low do you think eggs go, and how low do you think clones go? Over.
Ooh,
No.
I reckon clones are going to touch one ETH, 1.99 if that is the case, but they're definitely going to touch the one ETH. And if you're getting them at these prices, just understand we're back at the bottom, and boom, this is when you buy them and you ride them back to the top, and like it's gonna go. They're gonna go. The top was 60K or what was it? 20 ETH, let's say floor. I think these are definitely going to what Mutant said last time at 40 ETH, and it's like then that's like obvious. It's like now, like at that when that happened, it's gonna be like, oh, that was obvious. Obviously, they were going to be clones are going to be 40 ETH floor. It's crazy, but yeah, it's exciting times, especially with Apple. If I'm the next event in 2024, we're coming with our Apple devices, and we're looking at each other, and what am I seeing? I'm seeing clones. I'm seeing their drip, what they're wearing. It's crazy, man. The technology, it's just we're so early, and just seeing everything connect like Fortnite. You guys already know EA. So when it comes to 2K, oh, it's just crazy, man. Imagine if there was like some type of sporting way that professionals have like a band that like they can see, like it's like they're playing clones. So like LeBron playing Kobe, you can like literally set up that avatar, like this. And I'm talking like 10 years from now, not like anytime soon. But that's where it could be going. Just crazy and like the cards, everything's just linking. It's just come compound. I'm coming with the energy because I'm excited, baby. I'm excited for the future.
Man,
It's beautiful times, exciting
project
times,
like
bear markets, bro. But yeah, good times.
let's go. Okay, so you said 1.99 is the low, and then go into 20 ETH over time. Shadow.
yeah. So here's my numbers. It all depends on what comes next, but let's say there's silence for a little bit. I can definitely see clones going to touch 2, go below 2. I don't know. I think that's a psychological level is 2 ETH. A lot of projects are having a hard time breaking down below 2 ETH. Um, So I would say 2 ETH, but maybe on Blur you'll probably see like 1.75 or maybe 1.50, somewhere in that range. But if you're gonna find one that's gonna stay below 2, it'll probably be on Blur because Blur's always way cheaper. When it comes to the eggs, I personally think the eggs can get around $500. I know they were at 800 not too long ago, but before the next public sale, I can say 500. But when the public sale comes, if they add another 20K and when they still haven't revealed, I mean, I could see them going for 400, 350 to 400 if we add in another 20,000. So yeah, I'm not expecting to get a clone underneath 2. Now, I'm already paying like 4 ETH cuz I'm trying to get an angel or more. It just all depends on what's available at that time. But yeah, I think maybe the floor clones probably touch 2 and you'll probably hover around 2 for a minute, and then some bullish news will come out, and then it'll be a reverse trend all the way until the bull run, and then they'll probably explode at some point. Like they'll probably come out and say some super crazy airdrop or some not airdrop, sorry, some super crazy access with a clone or some super crazy connection between Animus or whatever's in the Monolith X to a clone. Once they redirect focus back to clones through one of the side quests or upcoming side quests that we maybe don't know about yet, the focus shift to clones. And the reason why I'll say that is because everybody on my side, everyone's picking up a clone or building up to pick up a clone because they know eventually in the future you'll be able to get something. But then I talk to people who don't know too much, but then they're interested. They're like, oh, well, why would I get a clone? Like, what does it benefit me? And we say, oh, well, you potentially can get this, this, and this. And they're like, oh, so you can't get an egg, you can't get a monolith box, you can't get a ship, you can't get this. Oh, well, I'm just going to go and buy this stuff then. I'll just buy the egg or I'll buy the monolith box. I'm not going to go buy a clone then if the clone is not going to benefit me in any way. It's like, well, maybe not right now, but in the future it definitely will. But I see your point. Why spend 5K on something when you can just spend 1,500 to buy some eggs and some boxes? I get it. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Cool. Also, 2 or just below 1, or just below 2, and then back up. And sorry, Anya, I think we cut you off earlier. What were you gonna say, Anya?
Anya, did you get booted twice earlier from the space?
Yeah, I did get booted twice. I was really confused about it too because I was like, I'm pretty sure I was just listening. But sometimes when I have my headphones in and I walk away, if like I'm in the audience or something, and like I get a notification because I have so many of you on my notifs, and if you send a tweet or if you comment on something, it like immediately my AirPods, it goes into my ears and it's like compound with the emoji has sent this tweet, and then I don't get to listen to anybody anymore. So sometimes it cuts me off. But then I came back and I was like, oh, maybe the space ended or something. And yeah, it did that to me twice.
No, 25 of you got booted at the same time. It was like it was the whole space almost twice.
It's like a mass exodus. That's great. But we changed the topic, so now we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Hemi, I posted up your future clone at the top, by the way, if you'd noticed.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Whatever happened, I literally just got back to my phone.
I only barely pinned it to the top, but I put your future clone at the top.
Yeah, I was looking. That's the one. If I was to get one, that one right there, straight out.
It's listed right now for 80. Like, could you imagine if he like caved and gave it to you for 40?
Well, luck supposed to happen first, so it's just a matter of time. But man, it's a beautiful, beautiful clone.
And I mean, manifestation is a real thing. Like it's real. So like I believe in it. I believe in it for you.
Yeah, I got this one as my background for my desktop, and I had it for my phone as well, but I took it off because I had to let it go. But
those brows,
it's beautiful,
and the eyes. Like I'm not gonna. Every time I look at an alien, that one stands out. Like that one goes hard, like all the way around. But yeah, all the way, all the way around, man. So I'm curious. All right, so we got Hemi's prediction. I'm curious if anybody else wants to give their prediction. I get it on the record.
No.
I
No.
will predict. I will predict this though. Clones will surpass their all-time high within the next 2 years.
40 ETH, baby.
I already put my prediction out there.
40 ETH.
I'm gonna keep it to myself, just like the wishing star that I wish on every night at 11:11. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
And I mean value of ETH, not in ETH, because if ETH goes crazy, then like 12 ETH for a clone might be like all-time high. You know what I mean? So yeah.
What's up, Si?
Or
Yo, I was gonna say, what do you guys think about like when ETH actually like has a little nuke? What do you guys think it's gonna do to the price of NFTs in general?
I think that depends on where the market is, because we could see a lot of volatility within like the IRL, and if that's the case, then it may not make a difference for ETH in general. But on the other hand, it could definitely make crypto more significant for others. It just depends on what happens, like within, I think the with USD and with some of the economies and everything. It feels like the quiet before the storm, honestly.
Would you guys think like the NFTs would become cheaper in terms of ETH, or like when ETH does end up retracing?
I mean, the last time we were in the bull market, ETH went up, NFTs went up, everything was going up. It didn't really matter. Um, so I think it's really going to depend. I agree with Anya. It's really going to depend on where the market is overall and what's going on, not just within crypto, but also at the macro level. I think that's all connected. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know one thing for sure is right now, while ETH is weaker, I'm stacking what I can because these prices won't last forever.
Yeah, I haven't bought USDC and I don't even know how long. I just been buying ETH, because there's literally no point at these prices. Like I was buying ETH at these prices at the beginning, like right before the bull market took off. But a lot of people in crypto have short-term memories, but they'll remember when ETH is like 7K. They'll be like, "Oh shit, maybe I should have picked up more." But hey, I got a serious question though, and it might be, hopefully it's not sensitive, but this is really just to kind of see where everybody's headspace is. Um, if clones did go to 1 ETH, I don't think they would. But if you saw clones at 1 ETH, and whoever wants to
Sweep,
answer is
sleep. That's all
We
that's gonna happen. Just sleep, bro. Are you
I
kidding
would
me?
legit buy three clones right now.
I would have an entire modeling agency.
Like,
okay. Well, that's pretty
if
much answered.
if if,
But
if clones, and I don't think we will get there, right? Because but if clones drop to 1 ETH, I would legit go buy four right now. Like I would find the four cleanest that I love, and I would sweep them, and I would just sit on them. It's literally that simple. Because
so,
at that point, the risk
I
reward
mean,
is like you can't lose. Like how do you lose on that at all? So
yeah. And the reason why I ask is because some projects, the lower things go, the more people start losing out hope. And then in some projects, when things go lower, they're just like, look, it is what it is, but I'm definitely about to pick up something now. So I just kind of feel because I don't know some of y'all too well. I mean, I've only been here for like a month and a half. So yeah.
yeah, my problem right now is the clones that I want are not low enough, and so I'm kind of at that point where it's like, okay, well, I know I want a third clone for sure, but like the ones that I've been tracking for quite some time, and I'm a patient man. It took me almost a year and a half to get the one I have right now is my PFP. So I will wait. But yeah, the ones that I'm tracking are not low enough, and the ones that are low enough that are interesting don't speak to me enough where I'm like, I feel like it could go lower. So I'm okay with waiting and being patient. But yeah, if clones drop to 1 ETH, I'm gonna look at whatever is the cleanest on the floor, and I will pick it up because that's a steal, and that's more character for my stories and animations. So that's cool too.
I can't know if Shadow's hand button is broken or he just keeps it up at all times. I don't know. If you look at the numbers, clones are down like 80, 90% from all-time highs. So for 1 ETH, that's another 50%. You just got to see if it's capable, if there's enough sellers left in the market for that big of another drop. A lot of people waited for 1 ETH last time as well. So
It's crazy, bro. They're saying it's gonna be like '08, like the crash, the next crash. So if that does happen, man, they could go to an east.
I
It
think
will.
if you even just zooming out, I think we are in for some more financial trouble just as a market as a whole. I think we had our little bounce back up and everybody got excited and it pumped up a lot. And you could already feel the whole market sentiment coming back down where we go into a deeper bear. So I think just have your dry powder ready to get up to pick up everything that you wish you would have got at low prices because it can come back.
I use all my dry powder on side quests.
I know. But yeah, I don't think that we're coming out of this recession or this bear market anytime soon. I think we got another 3 years for that, guys. So continue to make smart plays and stack and don't just jump on shit just because you can be patient. You can be patient.
Hey, well, compound. My government said I'm not in a recession, so that means it don't exist.
Yeah, that's exact. So if they say that, then you are. Telling you the opposite while
The
while
recession
they're
already happened. They will tell you about it next year. So.
yeah the is so that they can quickly figure out something in the background so that you don't get scared. Everything they're telling you is so that you don't run down to the bank and pull your money out while they try to figure out how to deal with the massive financial crash that we're headed towards. They want to make sure they don't panic anybody while they figure it out in the background.
Yeah, no,
Quantitative easing. Quantitative easing.
yeah. I mean, I'm one of the more bullish people. I do think crypto. I mean, we'll see what the second half of this year looks like. But I do think the beginning of next year, things are going to definitely start picking up. Wherever we land at, if we go below 15, I know people are like, oh, we're going to go to 10K. Like, okay, in your dreams, bro. But in my opinion, we might dip below 20K again. It depends on if another black swan happens or not. I mean, the world's kind of crazy. But the closer we get to the happening, especially after the happening, I'm going to start expecting people to start gearing up for the next bull run. So within the next, I would say year, there's still going to be some turbulence, but after that, I think it'll be smooth selling again, like every 4 years.
No, I think it's okay to be bullish on crypto, but to be bearish on the US government. So be bullish on crypto for sure. But as you can see, they're doing everything they can to cripple crypto so that they can push in their own system. Like you've seen the SEC is doing everybody right now. So be bullish on crypto for sure, but bearish on whatever the government's going to be doing. So it may make sense. It may make sense to continue to stack crypto, especially as like your main cryptos, right? Your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, like not because the altcoins get wrecked. They've already been wrecked.
Yo, so how is Luxo gonna deal with like these side chains? I pinned something up uh, that Iced Coffee posted about like Prada and the Aura blockchain. How's Luxo gonna solve that, Hemi?
I still got the song stuck in my head from earlier.
Yeah, after that whole conversation earlier, now I have the baby come back, and it just like keeps popping up in my head every like 15 seconds.
It will likely
Just
stay
don't go
there
away.
until you play it like
Yep,
loud,
it just don't go away.
and then you can.
I've been.
Mm-hmm.
It still don't matter though. Like it's still there.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say earlier, and I think I got rugged. But I don't know if anybody here watched Family Guy. But when Dre was like, "Yeah, I have a soundtrack to my life all day, every day," I just think of the Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin is running around and he has literally his soundtrack to everything he's doing in that episode. That came to mind. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but if not, you should look it up. It's proper. Uh,
I thought you were gonna say the Rock Lobster song, the ding 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 ding. Rock Lobster.
I have not heard that one. I need to look it up. This is good.
That's actually such a funny song. He goes like "Death to America," but it's
Right,
actually so
that's
funny.
right.
Iraq lobster. That's what it's called. It's so funny.
All right, guys, dinner is ready. I gotta hit it. I appreciate you all. Let's jump in. Somebody host a space this weekend. If not, I'll host it. But I want to jump in somebody's space. I'll be wherever Kiro's at. Um, Shout out to you guys on a Friday night. Go spend some time with your family. Go relax. Go touch some grass. Get outside. Twitter has been fucking nuts today. It's probably been one of the weirdest days of Twitter in a long time. Honestly, the types of threads and things that are coming out today.
Bro, I didn't read any
Real
of that stuff. My mental health right now is fucking A1. Okay, I don't even know what's going on. I heard something being discussed here. I fucking muted my phone and I just fucking went outside for a walk with my dog. It was beautiful, bro.
You
I
gotta
don't
be
know anything.
happy. You gotta just like focus on the Happy Father's Day weekend and like you just zoom through that.
happy day.
Go call your dads, hug your dads, send text to your dads, celebrate the dads in your life this weekend.
Dre, Tevi, happy Father's Day weekend. Shadow, I don't know if you got kids, but if you do, Hemi, I know you do. Happy Father's Day. Green Cipher. I don't know if you do, but again, happy Father's Day. Anya, tell I said Father's Day.
Oh, I
Bro,
will.
that's
He'll be getting absolutely pummeled by the pile of children that we have.
What were you gonna say, Hemi?
that's so weird, bro. Like it ain't Father's Day. Like it's how it's. We have different days like that. So I'm here thinking, why isn't it the same day? That's weird, right?
Well, you
I
guys
know
are
it's the same as Mother's Day. Mother's Day isn't the same, right?
Yeah, Paris is
That's
like
yeah,
Europe
it's
is
not. It's
different
not.
too.
It's weird.
well. Just
All this made up shit. The governments must not have been talking at the same time when they wrote that law.
no. They agreed on the Antarctic Treaty. They didn't agree on nothing else. Good night, guys.
Good night.